Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar where we talk about GBO2 and other stuff. So I'm Magnum, and today I'm joined by Gustav the 13th
Yep.
and Gaming Emblem.
Yo,
So, how was everybody's last week?
pretty good myself.
Yeah, it's been going all right.
Yeah, I personally can't complain. Gaming hard, gaming fast. I've kind of just been trying to make up for lack of streaming during internet downtime, and the fact that tonight will actually be my last stream before I move. So I'll be
Hey.
uh, I'll be offline for a little bit while I kind of get everything packed up and get things ready to go. Hopefully, it won't be too long. I'm hoping at like most I'll be down for like a week, but
Mhm.
we'll see what happens.
Will you have internet ready at your new place or
They haven't moved in yet. They don't. They go in 2 days, so
okay.
hopefully they'll be able to get that knocked out pretty quickly. We'll be getting there a few days after that since we'll be leaving Monday morning. So we'll see what happens. But they told me that their plan was to get internet set up as fast as possible. So hopefully it won't be a problem.
Yeah, what about your week, Gustav?
It's been all right. Um, actually had that consultation for that sleep study today. That's gonna be like next month on the 12th. So a little bit more waiting. We'll see how that turns out. But other than that, just not getting any banner suits. Also didn't get the one for last night. Waiting on that 10 spin anyway. But besides that, just going through my dailies and doing some more Yakuza 0 in terms of stream related things.
There you go. But I ended up actually getting the super. So that was one thing I got. Other than that, for my week, it was still waiting, same thing on the 10 spin just to get that half off. Um, but other than that, finished Iceborne. So
Yeah.
now I'm in the in-game grind.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, do you finish Monhun games? I thought the
No,
grinding never
pretty
stops.
much. So like this one, I thought people were complaining about the grind when they were talking about like the um just getting into it. People were already complaining on Reddit about the grind for PC, and I was like, hmm. And I was just like, okay, they're probably just not, instead of progressing the story, they're just already getting the optional quest, which is pretty much kill everything again on Master Rank. So I was like, okay, well, that's probably what it is. Got it. And then it's like, oh, there's an entire, and okay, possible spoiler here, but there's an entire area after because of course it keeps going. Um,
Mhm.
I, I mean, everybody should expect that. So, but yeah, there's an entire area for just farming.
It's
And
cool that there's a new area though. Like I can
yeah,
dig
it's
that.
it's pretty cool, and you gotta like level it up and do some other stuff. And from what I hear, like you actually gotta pick and choose what you're leveling. So like when you level up one side of it, like the other sides will drop down after you get to a certain point. So that's pretty cool. And then so you gotta like lock certain things that way they won't raise up, so others will go down, and kind of
It sounds
interesting.
similar to something else, but I can't put my finger on what it reminds me of right
Yeah,
now.
I was saying the same thing. I was like, I feel like I've seen this system in a game before, but
Now is the area a hunting area or is it just like a resource gathering kind of
it's
area?
like an expedition. So the more you go grind the actual resource nodes, the better they get apparently too.
Oh, so that's
So
like old school Monster Hunter where they had like a separate place for farms and like mining and stuff.
yeah, so you go there and you mine, and then you find the bone piles, and then apparently they get better, and then you go off and you'll find other creatures, and there's like two new monsters I think there that I know of anyway. I
That's neat.
found one so far, but and they had some cool mechanic too, where you can like actually like catch some of the bugs around it. So pretty cool, but pretty legit. I mean, for an expansion, that is definitely worth the price. Like Monster Hunter is definitely your thing. They definitely qualify for having the price tag on it.
Yeah, and of
But
course I would figure that they'll do like some more events and stuff or maybe introduce other monsters over
yeah,
time.
well, there's going to be a raid coming out whenever. I mean, it just came out early December, I think, was when it came out on PlayStation. So I think Iceborne came out in September. So I think we'll probably be like 3 months out. So probably like March or April, we'll probably get the raid. But yeah, other than that, that's been my week for the most part. So, but if we want to revisit were we talking about the super or a couple of the other changes? We wanted to go over that real quick, and then we'll get into the quell.
Well,
Sounds
you
good.
actually had the super,
Yeah,
so like you can talk a bit
I
about
actually
that.
have hands-on experience with that now. So, as far as the super goes, the damage is insane. Other than that, so it actually rivals probably the base killing potential of the Xeon.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So
Super
The,
can lay
the
in.
cheese test.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be labeled the cheese test. Can a suit cheese in space? That's the new measurement of power.
Do you think it's the missiles or the cannon?
It's a little of both, like the cannon chunks, and then the missiles. Just there's so many of them, and they've got such a high, like just damage number that it's a little of both. The missiles though are kind of a little wonky to use because they like go up for a day and a half and then they go forward. Like so in interior, I'm just like I'm hitting the ceiling or I'm hitting this pillar or I'm hitting the thing above me or whatever. You know, interior was rough.
Hmm.
Still decimated that game, but like out of the 28 missiles, I probably hit the map itself with half of them or more every time I fired a volley. Other than that, though, it's the rock is kind of cool. I notice when I get people with that. So like I'll be like flying toward the rock. They'll be flying toward the rock. I'll launch the thing. And I'll just go around here behind them and just boom right in the back.
Mm.
So you've
So
been able to shake people up pretty nicely with it.
yeah, it's been pretty legit. Like the thing is, if they don't see what you are before you do it, they're not expecting anything. And like just being able to just completely get rid of your marker on the radar is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, that's where I imagine the most of the good stuff where it would come just out of sight setups, or just like kind of oh crap, here's a meatball for you moment where you just shoot a spicy meatball right at their face.
Yeah, if I have nothing else to do and I've already fired the volley, I'm like, well, like, okay, rock. Hope this does something. And then sometimes it'll hit and I'll just be like, okay, downswing. Which is, the downswing though is like no, the downswing is the up one. And then the neutral is just a poke. I mean, it's just real quick. It's crazy fast, actually. So,
Yeah.
but the thing's tanky. It's got a lot of health, got a lot of defenses. Overall, yeah, I have to say it's top tier for sure.
Level 2 backpack defense too, so it's got a lot going for it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or whatever cushion and whatever it's called.
Yeah, I've noticed I haven't been needing to use any back armor, so that's probably why. But yeah, pretty much my thoughts on the super. I mean, have you guys played against it much since last week?
No, mostly
A
just
little bit.
because when I had to do space dailies, they've mostly been in lower cost.
I've seen a little bit. It's definitely not bad. I haven't had I don't play space very much, but in a few times I've been up against it. Just usual kind of sometimes we get it and sometimes we don't, or most of the time we just maybe initiate and then get murdered by the entire enemy team and go kind of just ended up that.
Also, just the fact that it has a fat fucking back. So every once in a while, you'll just catch it trying to scope down and just nail it. It's not that
Lot
hard,
target.
considering the size.
Yeah, I aim down my sights quite a bit sometimes, so I don't see when other things are looking at me. So I've been caught off guard just because it is pretty big. But
Oh, does it have that skill for
yeah,
the radar?
yeah. So I see when things are getting close. I just don't see when things are looking at me that I might be looking in their general direction.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially since you have a whole other access to worry about too.
Yeah. That's the other thing with space too, is it kind of gets a little awkward, but at least you can see people coming from a mile away just
Mhm.
because of the radar. The full like take a knee stagger though is juicy, and that beam just penetrates everything. So half the time I'll see my teammate go in and do their like 2 swings or whatever, and then right when they're on their last swing, as soon as the damage hits, I'll just shoot through them and get the kill.
Nice. That's heavy that they let you have heavy stagger and piercing
And
though. Like,
yeah,
that's hype.
it's just normal stagger or then heavy stagger and pierce on both, which is just insane. Like, yeah, I don't care if teammates get in front of me now because I'm like, okay, I'll just shoot through you, boom.
You shot your shot, goddammit. Now let me get mine.
Yeah, go ahead and get
Alright.
your damage. Once your damage is done, I'll shoot through you, and then you can hit them again and finish them off. But yeah, that's always nice because half the time they won't veer off to the side; they'll just go backwards, and you're just like, okay, well I'm just gonna shoot you, so you don't have to even move, and then you can just swing again. But which actually kind of works out pretty conveniently because normally I'll stagger through them, and then they'll just boost forward in the melee rather than having to get back there just for that one hit. Sometimes they'll get another 2. So tactical staggering of your teammates,
Sort of.
I'll take it. Other than that, though, the like I said, the missiles are just brutal. Like if you can sit there once you've like fully staggered somebody with a full charge, just go into missiles and you just destroy somebody completely. So, and you stagger off of like a third of them. It's not even that bad. Like you got to hit them with like 10, and that's a full stagger. I wish the SML was like that good at staggering. So I think it needs a buff.
Just like a lower threshold for stun or whatever.
Yeah, like those missiles need to do a little bit more to get that stagger. But
I could see that. Like, I feel like a lot of people's honeymoon period with that suit is past since it's kind of old now.
like I'll see a raid just coming at me, and they'll just like, well, I know you got maneuver armor, but this builds up staggers, so you're gonna maybe. Nope, you're almost to me. Come on. Oh, okay, I got hit. You know, so it kind of gets a little rough sometimes. Takes like 15 or 20 to just get a stagger with the SML, which is most of its clip. But
They seem to go ahead and make cookie cutter versions of the Mark II. It plays just like the General, but they just have in the other 2 type colors, so everybody can play the Mark II.
speaking of Mark II, have we decided it's OP? Can't confirm.
Are we at that point?
Maybe.
It's
I
definitely
don't know. I
good,
feel like
that's
people
for
are
sure.
starting to stand the Baldy beta a little bit more.
What do you think about it though, compared to like the 03 and the 01?
To a certain degree, yeah, I can see that because the other one has that two-step kind of downswing to it.
My connection's back. You guys are turning pixely and
Oh,
bumpy
the Matrix.
on my end anyway. I may have been doing it on yours. It should be good now.
Oh, my legs. Oh.
The bald guy seems pretty nice. I just got it. I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I got it last night during the 15 spins.
Nice.
I do want to point out that I made this realization today, but the Bald Guy Alpha's beam rifle is the Bald Guy Alpha beam rifle. I'm sorry, the Bald Guy Beta beam rifle, and the Beam Saber is the Bald Guy Alpha beam rifle. So if you want to look at it like this, Beta beam rifle, Alpha Chad beam saber, you know, melee, get in there. If you want to be an alpha, get your melee pants on. And by that I mean, raid life. Let's go.
Maximum ding.
Uh-oh. I think we're having call problems.
Uh-oh.
I know I am.
Okay.
It's like my like video connection dropped. Is it just on my end, or are you guys seeing it
No,
too?
I think this might be a Discord thing. Let me swap the
Maybe
region
just
real
switch
quick.
servers.
Yeah. There we go. Let's try this.
No.
Minor technical difficulties.
Okay, so, but yeah, I think the beta definitely has a spot with its double dodge roll in there. But what's the level 2 cost?
Does it start at 450? Yeah, I think it starts at 450, so it goes to 500.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
450, 500, I believe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we were making the comparison to how will it compare against the Diaz? I think that's why. Because it's the same cost.
Actually, with that double dodge roll is kind of something I expected the Mark II to have in the first place, so it's kind of neat to have a seat that just does it. That isn't the Alex.
Definitely feels like a trade-off for the bird lime almost. Does the I haven't used it yet, but does the ball guy beta have the Sternfaust? I haven't looked at it yet, so I can't remember.
It has a
Has a
shield missile.
shield missile.
So
okay.
you have to hit with both missiles though. Is the difference?
Gotcha.
They got a decent
So-
amount of speed to them though.
Yeah,
These are the
Hopefully.
build-up stagger.
it's about the same, really. So overall, I'd say if you're gonna hit the Sternfaust, you're probably gonna hit this. I mean, they fire pretty close to each other. So
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's just a slightly higher chance of one of them fucking up. Would you say that they move faster than the Sternfaust though?
yeah,
I'd hope so. Sternfaust move in slow motion. Well, not Big Daddy Rocket's out now.
I'd say
Sternfaust
yeah,
move,
that takes the
that
crown
moves in slow
now.
motion.
That thing does pretty damage though, so like I can forgive that a little bit. Especially since that suit has so much other shit to throw out.
Yeah, big boy exploding knee staggers are pretty nice.
Oh yeah. It's just funny though. The first time I like ever fired the Type B's missile, it was just like, wow, I think I can boost past this and hit them with my beam saber before it gets there.
Set him up. I'm ready for the hit then.
But I just use it as like my own knee stagger shotgun and hope that it doesn't hit me. When the raid gets right up on you, okay, missile.
Just
So,
oh shit button. Just look
pretty
down.
much. Look down. I'll take a knee. You take a knee. Hopefully, a teammate's on his way.
Yeah, it's like generals, please.
Anybody?
Support me.
Bueller?
But oh, that's actually that. Yeah, I'm gonna tangent on this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I had somebody in chat was like, "Whoa, you're playing in A," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "This looks nothing like my games," and I was like, "Well, this one was kind of a rarity to have everybody like on both teams working together and having proper team fights, and like it was legit. It was a pretty legit game. Like we would all group as 5, and they had 5, and then we would have a big clash, and then we'd push or back off, and then just have it happen again, and it was just that the entire game. It was just team fights, proper team fights. And I was like, watch my next 4 or 5 games. You probably won't see this. And if you do, like we might as well be playing the lottery right now.
I pretty much live for this game for those matches. Like, when that shit kind of like comes together. Like that last match that I had when you called me was pretty much that. We were murder balling up. I just got to like stick in there and do my stuns and like put pressure in while everyone else is like actually getting in there aggressively. Like when shit like that's going on, I am in my fucking element.
Oh yeah.
That's when I can actually do my work.
I don't know though. I like you're right. What you're saying is an outlier, but I've watched some streams here and there of like some of the newer like battle op streamers with some of the players that started around like Western, and they're like in the low A's, like maybe sometimes it'll be like B plus, it'll be like A minus to A, and they'll be playing matches, and I'm like the same, and I'm like saying what that guy in your chat was saying, like you're an A as well. Like I'll be watching, it's like, man, let me into this match.
Right though.
Who are these guys?
We're gonna buy a ticket to get into these games, man. Like these guys look free. It's crazy.
But yeah, like I mean that's pretty much any game though that you get into. Like it doesn't matter where you get into. Like if you're playing like League and you get into Diamond there, like you'll have one game out of like 10 where everybody's actually working together and nobody's rage
Right.
typing in chat. So
I'm so glad that you can't actually do that in this game.
Yeah.
Oh my
It'd be
god.
terrible.
I mean there
Like,
was rage
command
typing in
spamming was one thing, but like, yeah, I'm glad that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to play Battle Op and have somebody be like, "You fucking suck. Drink bleach or whatever." Like,
Oh
oh
my
my
gosh.
god, please.
Oh like so before they put it into where you have to back out and then go back in, so where you would just be in the same lobby with the same people essentially.
Mhm.
Like when
Yep.
they had that in, how many times did you guys have like somebody rage at you the next time they were on your team?
Like
Like
in the chat,
yeah, like in the chat. Because
I
now
never,
they
I never really saw it.
I saw it
Yeah,
every
in
now and
chat,
then.
no. Mostly that was just like physical griefing.
I
They
saw it
like
every now and
smack
then.
you like during matches or knock you over or
Yeah,
whatever.
let their
There's like
down
nothing
swings
going
do the
on.
talking.
Oh yeah, that would happen after that. That's how I knew it was rage typing because most of the time I wouldn't understand what they're saying. So I just see my number.
Although that's a good point though. They a lot of people were speaking Japanese, so they could have been talking shit, and I'm just like,
I have no
Battle
idea.
Operations is awesome,
Yeah.
fun. Hey teammate, it's a
It's-
good game. Last one we almost got him, but we're on the team again. And the guy's like, "Fuck you, you suck. How dare you bring the Dom Barrage into this lobby or whatever."
What a bad G3 lol.
oh my gosh. Like for real though, he's like insulting you. He's just like Timmy, like just straight up,
Yeah.
like full insult.
Western scum trash, get off of my game. Arrgh. They aren't always saying that, guys. Though
No.
our
I've had
Asian
at least
players
one
are fun
message
too.
like that.
It's just
Oh,
funny
for
though when you
sure.
see the message and you're like, "Is this rage?" Hmm.
I think one of the funniest messages I heard. I didn't get this one. Somebody else told me about it. Was like they play support and they got the message back from an Asian speaking player, and they translated it, and it was roughly like the guy was telling them that he's not like a stationary like turret or something like that. Um, like I wish I could remember all the stuff, but the guys were telling not to be a pillbox and like sit in one spot and shoot. Which I mean, depending on what was going on, like and what city was, I can't remember what city was playing. Like in some cases he was right, but it's just like who tells somebody to stop being a turret, It's like just tell them to get good and like move on with your day, dude. Like you are a stationary AA gun. You have to move and like do stuff. Like, all right, dude.
yeah, that happens. I mean, sometimes I wish I could just be like, "Yo," in a voice chat and be like, "My dude." But then at the same time, I think about that and I'm like, if
It
we
would
did
only
have
get
this,
worse. You know
there
it'd
would
only get worse from
always
there.
be just some horrible point to where everybody's just going to be raging at each other. So that
Or
is
the
fair.
or those memes about like what is it, South American players and like hearing all this other bullshit going on in the background or like crackly microphones and shit.
Oh yeah. But overall though, I don't know, half the time it's I just you can only work on yourself, so that's the main thing, like and then if people come to you for advice, that's about the best you can do.
Yeah, I try to get out of the habit of blaming my teams whenever I do poorly in a match. I won't say I don't complain, but I always try to look and see what I did during a match. It's like, I could have done something better right there, or hitting my shots helps, or something along those lines.
Yeah, my two are I could have YOLO'd less and I could have aimed better.
You think?
What do you mean?
Support. Follow behind me, generals. Oh, intensify. That's like I'm pretty sure that's your game plan in matches, Magnum.
Hey man, it works sometimes.
Why is that Dom Barrage in front of his entire team?
Hey, when I do hit that missile barrage, just one shot the comfer, no big deal. That one always feels good. Like if the Comfort does not dodge roll before the missiles hit him, then he gets staggered after the beam, and then it's just like
Oof.
2 bullets from the Gatling and he's dead. So that's a
Bully.
big roof. Yeah, that is a super bully on that one. But I
It
mean,
feels
normally they
good
just
until
dodge
you
roll.
get turned into a stun pinata.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think Emblem knows from the games last night.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. That was all a bully session. Where I was playing too many
Oh, man.
supports. So, I'm
That
trying
was a bully
to.
session. Your chat was fucking relentless with that shit.
It's not I hate supports. There's like we got these channel points. Take our supports, and it's just like
That's a lovely roster of machines you could possibly be taking out.
yeah. There's a reason those things have single digit plays on them. Like let me get my raids out. My sniper custom is easily over 100, but that's about it.
I don't think anything comes close to my Zaku cannon out of the stuff I've played. Like, I'm still, I don't know, I haven't looked recently, but I know last time I looked it was like 540 games on the Zaku cannon.
I haven't looked in a while. I have to check.
But I definitely diversified quite a bit from those days.
I tried to just because, for the content and also just for a little less monotony because I'm doing this every day.
A little both, yeah.
Yeah.
So like the Alex is my go-to for general still for sure. Like it's 300 plus sorties at this point. But my others are like in the high 100s or so for my rate of my support.
I think I'm getting there with Raiden General. But oh, the Zeong's definitely up there, I bet.
Oh my god. It has to be at this point.
Oh, this is from my other account though. My most played support on my current account is the Zoc.
I think
It's my
mine's
alt,
the
though.
Draw C for Raid.
Yeah, mine's is Gianios for general, Zoc for support, and Red Gundam for the raid. But that's on my alt. It's definitely different on my other account.
I think my rate might actually be Red Gundam too, but I had to double check. Support's definitely the Sniper Custom though. Get that 2-barrel out there.
Yeah, Sniper Custom will probably still be my top support on my other account for sure. I might not have the Hygog as my top general anymore though. That used to be it for a little while.
Okay, so 562 Zaku Cannon. 86 Zeong. And
Respect.
94 GOG.
I
So, yeah.
appreciate you. I appreciate you donning the diaper.
Oh yeah, dude. Sumo GOG. Let's go. But anyway, so yeah, kind of back to the stuff about the updates from last week. Did we play any suits? I know I got pretty much just about all of them at some point.
No.
I'm like getting the.
Oh,
12?
the unit changes.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the Zuda F and the
Oh,
flight test type.
I
stuff
did
like
well
that.
with the Zuda F. I've been running the Zagak a little bit more, just because of those changes. It feels a little bit nicer.
Zagak feels nice. Zagak E is a beast now, just because you can like fly around somebody and hit them with the missiles at the same time, and they just ASL, so there's like no aiming needed.
I'm still having a little bit of a hard time just because of the other things that are involved at that cost, but like, it's still definitely doable. A lot more than it used to be, for sure.
Yeah, the beam too, you can stagger a little bit easier with the beam on the Zagak E. Just hit those 2 or 3. Wait, is it 3 before you overheat? I can't remember. I mean, I think you get 4 shots now.
Yeah, 4
Before you
shots now, and I
overheat.
think it's 3 before you
yeah, it should be
stun.
3.
Yeah. And
Should be
then
3 for
so
stun, yeah.
if you want to do like 1, 2, 3, and then wait a second, you can get 1, 2 afterwards, kind of thing.
I'm still typically just like yeeting in with the missiles, to be honest. So
But
the beams are nice for extra pressure. I don't typically rely on them for stuns unless I don't have like anything else up.
I guess
It's
on
a
the
good
note,
long range stun to lead them with missiles though.
yeah. They got some range on them too. I did not know they had that much range as far as the ASL
Meanwhile, I
goes.
just fucking bulleted a fucking Zagok to death in front of me. Ooh.
Oops.
I had one match with that one, but I really wasn't able to unleash its full potential. Although I was ace, so I don't know. Maybe it's got something, but it seems
Yeah,
good.
they're still pretty squishy as far as they get targeted. So the ace might have
Yeah,
been a
they
problem.
clap back though. Like
That's for
those
sure.
suits, those suits have always had damage going for it. It's just like they're not terrible by any
Yeah,
means.
those claws are fucking scary as hell.
Well, they just buffed them too
Yeah.
for the side and the downswing.
It's just the idea that you can get in there a little bit easier because you just
Mhm.
have actual pressure and stun potential now.
Yeah.
They got more going for them again.
Yeah. Kind of true.
Yeah.
Like the
Feels
game has
bad.
a good moveset on paper, but then you play it and you realize all it's got going
Yeah.
for it is big daddy deeps. So
Which is still nice, but you have to ride off other people's pacing.
Yeah.
You can't really set the pace the way you want with those high bombs unless you really have a narrow corridor to work with. And even then, now you're getting stuff like the flight type and other things that can just kind of yeet over that or just push through it. Like it doesn't really matter that much anymore. At least not as much as it used to.
needle missiles.
Oh god.
No big deal. Just
Might not be the
25.
real number, but
A little bit of a
it feels
gamble,
like
but you might as well
25,
get in there.
Feels like
Yeah.
50 to me. Just saying.
You have to reload and then fire again to get a
Fire,
target.
I mean,
Yeah.
they come out of that fucker fast, but like that travel time leaves a little bit to be desired for sure.
I think they should shoot faster. Personally, like if they're gonna like do that, they should definitely shoot faster. And have a faster like fire speed as well.
If anything, I feel like they should just do it the way they do in versus and have them come out in like a flat array with each shot, almost like shotgun like instead.
That'd be
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
I mean, anything could be better. The
Than what it
payoff
is
for
right
needle
now,
missiles are
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they need
Just
a
bad.
slight buff at the very least, if not a decent buff. But
Hashtag give Geen a shield.
yeah, that would work
for
too.
For the
If
love
that
of
would work,
fuck,
yeah, like if they can
like
just do that.
if you can do the same setup that we've been suggesting for a million years for the custom, then just do it with this suit and get it over with.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
several months, if not a year plus overdue at this point.
As far as other stuff, I haven't had a chance to play any Zudas myself, so I can't comment too much on it.
I got in there with that. I think it's amazing now, just because you got such a fast like shoot, get ready, shoot again. Because you just the rigidity time change has been a huge deal for suits.
You can actually legitimately snap those shots.
Yeah, being able to follow up after is such a big deal in the game. So just anything that lets you proceed to do your, after your stagger setup is always going to be pretty good.
Well, and then too, you can pretty much
yeet 'em.
just shoot and then swap to the Sturmfaust and have it pretty much ready to go. Like as soon as they're standing up, you pretty much can almost Sturmfaust them right as they're standing and moving. So that is a benefit.
You're like a mini camper.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, I'd almost prefer that a little bit more. Just because it's not super sturdy, but it's definitely, I feel a little bit safer in that thing in terms of survivability than I do the camper.
I don't know. I'd rather have a fun killer.
Just no fun allowed. How dare.
Yep, shotguns, baby.
Mm.
Like, let's see, I can put it on my phone. Bio made a meme little thing, and it's like the ones, the ones with like the heavy from TF2, and he's like in an interview or whatever, and he's like, nothing scares me or whatever.
Yeah, but that thing.
Yeah, like it's a picture of a shotgun, and like, but that scares me. That's pretty good. Let's see. I fear no man. There we go.
There you go. That's what it is.
That scares me. Yeah.
Huh.
That's real. Like that's probably never going to change with that gun either.
And you might be able to tell, but the top part is the GPO2. It's the GPO2 saying it.
By the way, though, just on a side note, speaking of stuff like that, have you guys seen the Origin, like the manga for that?
Oh, the
No.
manga, no.
Yeah,
I
like
saw the animation.
oh man, a friend of mine just linked me a like the part where the Gan shows up, and man, does it look terrifying! Like I did not know a Gan could be that cool, or that
Is it like a full out redesign, or is it
Makube could
just the
just
way
be
it
like,
looks
"Look
like?
at this vase, I am amazing," and I was like, "Wow."
La
this-
ding.
Let ding.
But yeah, it's pretty much the Origin, just pretty much what they've been doing for the animation as well, from what I understand. But it's
I
definitely
think I'll
a
watch
good
more of it.
read.
I would assume the art since he said the manga, but
Oh yeah, the art. Oh, the art was amazing. Yeah, yeah, the art for the Gan looked outstanding.
did you guys see the G40 stuff that short that they finally put out in its entirety?
No, we have to check that out. I think
Those
somebody linked it.
floaty Zaku's in that colony and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and the Industrial Gundam and all that shit.
Whoops.
See,
Yeah,
I
it's been
like some of
interesting.
the design differences in there. I wouldn't mind seeing like some of those variants as shadow suits, to be honest.
Actually, I think somebody linked that to me. I might have seen it.
I know it's in my Discord at the very least.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
where I
I
saw it.
actually put it in ours. So
I saw it somewhere.
It was on the internet.
Yes.
it's definitely out there on Gundam Info.
Let's see what else.
Um,
I got some stuff with the goof.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
continuing
haven't
with
got a
Riz.
chance to play it enough to really notice or be able to tell the difference. Like the heat rod, I guess the heat rod is pretty notable. Like I really haven't noticed any difference between like the shooting with the finger Vulcans. The damage, like I can definitely tell the damage is a little bit different. Like you're hitting over 100 on pretty much, well over 100 on everybody now. But like I didn't notice the blurring effect not being there or whatever, whatever that was.
I still haven't noticed that much. Like I never
Yeah.
felt like it was substantial on anything that they were talking about.
So I don't know, but
Like the blur, yeah, I never felt that before even.
heat rod and then yeah.
At the level 4, the level 4 gruff is actually pretty intense as far as its heat rod. Like it can chunk for about 2 to 2.5k, something around there on most supports. And you know, you're hitting like probably 1.5 on a just a general type, something around
It's
there.
it's weird that it's commanding a certain amount of respect too, because even if you downswing and it doesn't hit them, they will back up and be like, "Whoa, dude, what the fuck?" before they actually try to respond.
Yeah, so that heat rod getting that damage is pretty nice. And since it has the same radar debuff as the custom, that's a pretty big deal.
Lasts longer too.
I mean, isn't it the same now as the custom?
It's on duration or
Yeah,
effect.
the duration.
I'm not sure. I mean, I never really paid attention to the like a difference in duration time. So I wasn't really sure.
Yeah, I
as I
thought it
say,
lasted.
normally when I get hit by the cables because I'm already on my ass, so I never really paid attention to it on the custom. Because by the time that I would stand up when facing it, it would already be gone, or I would be in my iframes and it wouldn't matter too much. But
Yeah, for the most part.
with the goof, it's kind of interesting just because you're able to more actively nail people, especially with that side swipe, and have that effect now.
Definitely helps. The radar can be a pretty big deal. Denying it to people, assuming their team's around to capitalize on it some confusion and all that good jazz.
Yeah,
I mean,
Really plenty more high
that's the
cost
name
stuff.
of the game with a lot of raids in the first place. So
Yeah.
The GUF is definitely no exception to that.
But let's see what else. Oh yeah, the Unit 5 got the injection.
Oof.
For
Sorry.
me, it hasn't changed.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just like I was just like cool, I guess.
I know there are
So-
people that like swear by it, but I
Mhm.
mean, like I said, my play in the suit has not changed.
I was gonna say sometimes it's clutch, but I lean on range with that suit a lot more anyway. So I haven't really noticed it.
Yeah, that was my first game today. Was in the ace match. I ended up being ace 2 with it, and I was just like, well, I'm just gatling as much as I can. Sure.
You're supposed to rush in and dart in front of their face. That's what force injection is made
Oh yeah,
for.
go back and forth till they get confused, and then
Jazz feed them. I should have out of thrust. Ah.
This mostly just turns into can't catch me. Oh, my legs.
pretty much.
The minute you get nudged with any kind of beam while doing that shit, like you're stressed. And then of course, when you take that damage, it just stays that way.
Yep.
Depending on where your threshold was, so that's not great.
Is that how that works? I wasn't aware.
Yeah, like say you I think like for example,
It's
if
like when the
you
little blue
if you
bar,
hard
like if you
land,
get hit.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's stress. And then if you get damage during that time before it goes down, I think it'll just take and just be at that threshold.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it works that way, but I've never really like, paid attention either. Because I know I've had situations where like stress has caused me to fall over, but it's not like my leg stay damaged. But that's interesting. I might try to pay
Well,
more
wait.
attention to it.
wait, so you're saying like if it fills up from like you boosting around and like
Boosting around, or like if you take a landing and then you immediately, before it actually has the time to go down, get nailed by something in the legs, I think it'll just take that into account and it'll actually count it at that
and then
point.
you fall over is what you're saying?
Yeah, so
No,
like there's a good chance
Still.
that if you actually like land and you actually like overload, just because you have that extra stress on there already on top of the damage.
Well,
That might be a lag thing. More
are you
than
saying it like it's more like the stress is in and then the damage adds to it, and then your legs are off? Because I mean that makes sense too. But I thought you were
Yeah.
saying like the blue part, if you take damage, fills in, and the rest, and like you know what I'm saying? Like say you're,
I mean,
say,
that's
like,
what I was saying.
okay, that's what I thought you meant. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. I never really paid much attention to it,
yeah,
so I'm not sure.
yeah, I thought it was just like if it like if you got hit and then you were landing and then you would fall. But
Yeah, because in my mind, I always imagine it just worked like, this is blue bar or whatever, and then you get hit, and your damage pushes, like it still exists, but it just pushes the blue bar over, I
yeah.
guess, and just adds on to it. So like blue bar, extra stagger damage, and this is what you did from where, and they added on a little bit because you got damage or whatever, if that makes sense. Props.
Something like that.
But
But
either way, it'd be interesting. I'll try to pay more attention if I can, or if I notice it.
yeah, I haven't really paid too much attention. I know when I fall over and then I'm like, no, my legs, why?
Why is you done
Pain.
this to me?
Incoming pain. Um anyway, what else? The support, the rigidity for the Dom multi-cannon definitely feels a whole lot better to just be able to shoot and get back into moving with that thing, because that thing's fast for 350.
I have it and I still haven't run it yet since the update. But yeah, I've
Like, I
seen
would've
you
played it
do some
today.
stuff on there. Yeah, you did.
It's not too shabby. The suit like always looked like it was good. But my performance of supports is just iffy in general. So um I've never like chalked it up to the suit being bad. Because I mean, what could be bad about uh a cannon stagger with a rocket launcher follow up into missiles and grenades? Like seems good to me.
Well, one problem was you couldn't really follow up one stagger with the other, and now since the rigidity changes, so now you can swap like immediately, and you're already getting that bar starting. So you can pretty much, I think you can actually combo now with it
It's pretty quick. Like they still have an opportunity to slip away if you do cannon into rocket from what I saw today. Although I could have just been a little bit slow on the follow up,
Yeah,
but
it's
there's like just enough time for them to roll away if they have a roll option from what
kind
I
of like
saw.
what I was saying with the Zuda F kind of deal. It's like pretty much right there though. But most people can already start moving. You kind of got to aim afterwards, but it's not. I mean, you've got splash damage weapon for your second shot, so not that bad. Then knock them over with a melee, and then shoot them with the rockets or whatever, and something. But yeah, it's got a lot of combo now, where before, and also it's got that extra shot, which is a huge buff to DPS. Like that's something to not joke about. Same with the Zuda F in that regard.
There's no yoke.
But
It's very serious business.
I think that's probably the biggest changes from last week that I got to play around with. I guess did the Griff custom actually get much of a change? I think it was all health and quality of life.
Yeah, and a lot of them
3-barrel
were
Gatling
that
gun
way.
as well.
Oh,
Or the
the gun.
3-barrel
Okay.
side gun.
Yeah, I was actually finishing a couple people off with that thing, so I guess I did feel that then.
Yeah, because the change is pretty notable. Ability to increase the range and the damage as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
It's 180 now for range.
it's pretty notable.
But I think that's about it though. Any general
Yeah.
units other than the Zuda F that was big?
I didn't play them if they were there.
I never got to try out the Rick Dom 2 to see if it felt better to move around, but
Yeah, same here.
I did not play it either.
that'll be on the list at some point. But anyway, we can go ahead and get into the GM Quell. You guys want to talk about that?
Much like last week, the suit that I don't have.
QUAIL, right? It's a bird.
It's gonna try to do the whistle, but let's not.
No, let's
say
not
we
do
did.
it. I was about to do it too.
It's like a bird whistle, or it's like try to sound like a quail or something.
Yeah. Go out there.
Whistling did not cross my mind. I was on the same wavelength as you guys, unfortunately. Although whistling and like any kind of thing like this, especially when headphones are involved, it's just like a dick move. Those of you at home or watching on YouTube, don't fucking whistle when you're in a conversation on anything with somebody else. Like it's the worst. You think you're cool, or like woo woo woo, and everyone's just like, shut up.
For real though, like I'll sing sometimes when there's music going on, but I'm like, if I ever whistle, I'm like, no, what have I done?
Made a grave error here.
But by the way though, have either of you ever been quail hunting? That's why I'm with Gustav talking about whistling it.
Oh no, I was actually doing that because of Doug, to be honest, Quail Man and all that.
No, I've never been hunting. My parents, particularly my mom, is very adverse to guns. She made us return Nerf guns that we bought from the store.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah. So, God, they would never let me do anything with a real gun.
I should go to the other room and get one of my Nerf guns.
Y'all are in super deep. Ooh.
Yeah. My child's not becoming a murderer.
I don't know if anybody knows what the Nemesis is, but that's one of the high-powered Nerf guns that they make these days. That thing's actually legit.
Performance competitive Nerf gunning.
But anyway, yeah, the Quell. So it's got either the GM rifle or the GM2 beam rifle.
Right.
Normal grenade, flashbang grenade, and guessing Vulcans.
It's a raid.
And it's a raid.
I know it's running the normal grenade.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
like, is that both?
yeah,
it's both.
Hmm.
it's like
That's not too bad. I just thought I had a flash. That's not shabby.
yeah, the Flash though just seems like a interesting gimmick. That's about
I
all
mean,
it
it was an
seems.
interesting gimmick on the ground type too. So
It
Although
works
it
differently on
works
the
really
ground type,
well
though.
though.
Yeah,
I love it on the ground.
Like, I'm sure, like, ideally they do the same thing, but like, there's a difference between being able to boost and compared to like granny chunking a grenade at somebody's face, right?
Kobe
Like,
Flash.
yeah, I think if the Quell could dash initiate a flare like the ground type and the ground world record Gundam, or the deep
it
cover,
needs a titty
that'd be
compartment
good.
for its flash. Okay,
Absolutely,
just need to
it
just
needs
put it
to
in there. If
it
you
needs
can
to shoot him out of
retrofit
the
a
boobs.
fucking ground Gundam to have entire missile arrays and stuff for the Blue Destiny project, I think you can put a titty flasher on your Quell.
I agree. You should be showing the cash those supports. They're up there doing their thing, and Quell just rolls up and just like,
I got the
just
goods,
like,
bitch.
"Ah!"
Woo!
Woo! And you follow up stagger with that GM2 beam rifle, and then give him a bad day. Yes, please. But instead, you're just like,
Eh.
yeah.
You want some candy?
Oh gosh.
I haven't seen it, but I heard the flash radius is pretty low. But flash has always been kind of iffy sometimes anyway. But I've heard I've heard people say it's like beanbag with it in order to get
And
the
then they
stun,
like
but
up the flash on the Dom, so it's like almost haphazard to your team on top of being more effective. So there's a lot
I
of
mean,
weird
Doms are
trade-offs for
deviants
stuff like
anyway.
that.
Doms are rolling around flashing people since the get go.
Mhm.
I thought there was a list of
Like the
the
skills and stuff.
such. Yeah, I thought I saw it somewhere. Maybe it's on your Discord.
I think
It has. I know it
Um,
has. Hang on, if I remember.
I think Maniac actually said that it was on the wiki.
Yeah, they probably have it on the wiki.
I'm gonna go look.
It has level
Yeah,
2
I found it.
maneuver armor. It has
Level 1 balancer,
balancer.
melee combat controller level 2.
Oh, also shout out
Yeah.
to Maniac who was actually streaming earlier today.
Woot woot.
Nice, my man. Force injection level 1, I guess. Leg shock level 2. Evasion level 1. Radar. It says radar level 1. I'm assuming it's I'm not sure. That one wasn't fleshed out, so I'm not 100% sure what that one would be. And personnel radar 1.
Oh yeah,
Oh well, radar might
personal
be
radar
health.
word.
Would be his health display.
High performance radar is the other one.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
probably
that
is
is.
that the one that shows enemy health?
Yeah,
Okay.
which is kind
That's
of
kinda
cool to have that
interesting.
on a raid.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
pretty legit.
Like your number's up, fucker, and I know when. I don't need anyone else
Tipper
to be
has
around
that
for
too,
that.
right?
Which one?
Tipper?
Flipper?
Or sorry, Flipper. Tipper.
Tipper?
Hardly know her. Scope dog. Tipper, Flipper.
Scope dog. There you go.
Do dog. Yeah,
Just a
and
nice little
then
direction.
someone was making a bigger deal about maneuver armor too, but like, it makes sense that it has it at least.
I'm just glad it's a dodge roll.
I just
When
like that it
first
has the
looking at
combo controller too, though.
Yeah, combo controller 2 is nice. Having a dodge roll is good. When I first saw it and just saw maneuver armor 2, I was like, I mean, maneuver armor 2 is like all right. You cry to shotguns,
Still, yeah.
just like everybody else. I know when I was talking about it, you're like, oh, it's you can't get staggered by like grazing shots, but I mean,
Campers are still licking their lips out there whenever they see it.
Pretty much.
But having that dodge roll is super relevant. It's definitely feeling like
That might
unless
be a
you're
little
just
bit more common these days.
yeah, I mean, unless you've got an entire mobile suit strapped to your arm, like I feel like you have to have some form of dodge roll.
Yeah,
Talking to
that's.
you,
If you're like that
GBO2.
weird bound dock that's like 2 bound docks put together, like then you
Oh
don't get
gosh.
it.
Yeah, like whether or not you got a refrigerator door or an actual literal second mobile suit, like not like a dodge roll is becoming pretty notable. Or get good, as they say on the internet. I guess it's like raids never needed a dodge roll. Just Don't get hit for it. Or
Bullshit.
whatever.
Don't get hit low.
Bullshit. You see how these fucking baldy betas and shit are scooting around these days.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
If all those sweaty
They
generals
can
get
they
their
can
dodge
scoot
rolls,
with
like,
us, and they're getting maneuver armor more often. So that's just not even unique anymore.
yeah, don't worry, supports. Your day's coming. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not of the camp. Like, I'm not of the camp that says supports will never get a dodge roll, because I mean, it's gonna get to the point to where like they're gonna need to get at least one. Like, I
Yeah,
think
pretty
supports.
much.
That's a different conversation.
Like, give him an overhaul or something.
Or
At
just
least
even
have
more
a-
damage.
It just make them hit even harder.
Make them actually a support.
Like when you say actually a support, you mean like
Have support style stuff instead of just
Oh, no.
a pure DPS.
I mean,
Like
we
healing
could,
it.
or I was
That
thinking
sounds like
like
responsibilities.
even more support fire, like, you know, firing an artillery shot halfway across the map. Like you can just sit by your base and hit people across the map. That kind of support.
Oh, so like World of Tanks, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much, kind of. Like, you know, that
Just
support
already
fire that
standing
everybody
back in the
calls in, like they just make one that fires support fire like that. Kind of what the MLRS does already, just saying.
Oh yeah, it looks like support fire when it comes in. Depending on the angles, like I don't remember hearing the little alarm,
Yeah, it's
but
like,
I guess.
oh, no. Like I like freak out when I see it sometimes. I'm like, no, I did not pay the attentions. Wait.
Wait,
Oh, okay,
I mean,
that was the MLRS.
it's still bad because it chonks,
Oh, yeah.
especially depending on how many modules they have on. But fuck,
But it is the
that's like a
difference
mini
between
heart attack
like,
every
yeah,
time.
exactly. I saw one game though where there was like 3 or 4 of them in one game, and it was just like wave after wave of missile volley each time, and that was brutal. Like they just deleted somebody every time they could fire that. It was kind of gross. I want that team comp.
I want those teams all the time. There's dudes that are fucking around with crazy compositions, or just that are able to murder ball so well that I can just like wedge up in there and just job people.
Yeah, they just had the generals like way up front, like decoy, and then as soon as like any of my teammates would go toward them, like all of a sudden it was just missiles, and then whoever went for that one guy was just dead. Like it was impressive. But yeah, as far as the quell though, what do we think about possibly what it means?
What it means.
Yeah, I know somebody who is probably happy that they put in the quell and what it could mean.
We're gonna
Happy
advance right into Zeta
Gundam.
Gundam. Sorry, no
pretty much.
Titans test team here.
It means there's still a chance.
There's a chance for the Hazel.
So
maybe.
apparently when you were saying that he's like, I'm sorry, and all that other stuff, he actually got it in his free spin, so he didn't have to. But he did get it just in case.
That's pretty nice. I'm glad he got it.
I think it's good though. The potential precedent will be nice. It's gonna be interesting, because it does it say that the quell is from Stardust Memory or in a game? Does anybody know?
It came at like the dawn of Stardust Memory, like at the very end when the Titans actually formed. That was pretty much their idea of like a standardized suit for the group.
Well, in the game though, like does anybody know what the description for the suit in game as it's from? So I think that'll kind of be
a bit of a tell, yeah.
No, I actually do not know.
Another
Is it
thing,
even
though,
on the? Do they tend to have the descriptions on the wiki? I don't think so. Let's see. No, at least not for this one.
Because what is the Hazel from?
That's all like advanced of Zeta
Advanced,
stuff.
yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, if it somehow says advanced, then
because it's from
there is
advanced,
hope.
and then like when they did the new what was it, a new translation or that other like like remaster of Zeta. After a certain point, they had like a very small cameo in there. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It also, like, technically that is a Zeta suit, but it did come at the ass end of Stardust. So you could technically chalk that up as like a non-Zeta suit.
Uh-oh. Emblem?
Emblem!
Uh-oh, we lost Emblem. Everything is pain?
Come back!
But if they do have it set up like that, what Suicide's been talking about is some of the variants, what they could do. I wonder if they're gonna do
Yeah, the Quella is one of those kind of suits that's like tactical as fuck in the way
Yeah.
that it's done, and it's got a lot of crazy like kits and variants.
like the one with the Gundam head as a support, what he was saying. I would not mind seeing a support version come out. That would be pretty legit.
Give
But
that Nemo cannon something to actually like work with that was a support.
oh, that would be amazing. Hey, back.
Sort of. Where's your camera, buddy? What happened?
Oh, his power flashed. He's booting back up
Oh
now.
shit, that sucks. No.
I cannot hear him.
Yep, I see his face.
I was just saying I typed it out, but it sounds like you guys just saw it.
Yeah. But we were just talking about the variants that the Quell could have, though, like the one with the Gundam head and stuff like that. Maybe being a support, use the Nemo cannon, a few things like that.
Yeah, I think they want to use the more like down to earth, for lack of a better term, versions of the Hazels and whatnot. I think it'd be okay. Like we're probably going to see Wormward or whatever it's Windward or whatever it's called, but maybe some of the more watered down suits would be fine. I don't think it'd be
Hazel
too crazy.
Custom might be okay.
Oh,
I feel like that
a-
would be the bigger
Yeah, Hazel being a variant,
for that.
then which I kind of hope that gets in, just because Aoshi, like, this
Has
is
been pining for it for
yeah,
like
I really
months, if
hope
not longer.
he gets a suit, like, for real though. Like, as soon as, like, that's like when they said Stardust was a thing, I was like, GBO2, yeah. Still don't have it. I'm sad. But if they, honestly, not gonna lie, if they came out with the GPO2, like, either one of them or just a combo pack, I would spend money on that. Just saying.
Okay,
like
so
just be able to
the
buy the suit.
Yeah, if they
Gundam
just
head
had it.
version actually is called the Hazel Reserve unit. That's
Oh,
kinda neat.
okay. Oh, that's what he was saying, the Hazel Reserve. Okay, cool. I didn't know that's what. Okay.
And then the variant for that's actually the Hazel 2.
And then there's the
That's pretty
custom.
neat. I can see that being in space only if that's in there.
The GM sniper long beam rifle. That'd be kind of cool. And then having a GM Quell, like the GM white dingo weapon setup. Is also what he was saying. Yeah. That would be legit. But another suit that can summon Exodia?
Oh my god.
That would be. That'd be kind of legit.
As long as it's a raid.
As long as it's a raid. Oh no.
One of them
I'm
has to be a
sorry.
raid.
No.
I'm tired of these stupid blue
Being-
gimmicky suits that fucking shit all over raids.
Okay, you
Like,
know what? It's got to be a
In
support
fact, you know
now.
what? Make the entire Quell line, like any variants that come off of it, make them all raids. Hazel Custom's gonna be a raid now.
That would be scary. I could not even
and
imagine
campers.
summoning Exodia raid suit, dude. Like, that is gross. Having
Yeah, man,
maneuver
I'm
armor with
ready.
that gun?
Make the unit
No.
4 a raid type now.
Oof.
The unit forward even be like you're talking about Wait, are you
In
talking
fact,
about
give us the
Gunnery 4?
advanced Hazel
yeah,
and then just
the
make
blue
that a
one.
raid.
Gotcha.
Advanced Hazel raid.
I just want to yeetus deletus some cheeky support who thinks they're good, and I just like blast them away off
Ouch.
their perch.
Think you're so
Yeah.
good.
Ouch! I feel a little bit of a burn
Attack.
there. Maybe slightly
Yeah, they're
attacked.
great. You know how hard it is for a raid to push past the entire enemy team and get a support off of a building.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. Or I just need to have my turn A nuke compartment so I can just chunk a nuke at a dude on a building and just like blow him away.
There
Kill
you
the
go.
pilot, be able to respawn.
No big
You
deal.
actually have to replace your entire account.
Just.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You
This
just
is
need to
no
have
longer-
Emblem in there, like grilling other people, talking about the other classes, and just raid lifing at people.
For real though.
Yeah. Before we to the table, it's like we should make this a general with a cannon that does like base 10,000 damage, and like make it a raid right now.
Just drop you in
Absolutely.
on their talks for new suits.
Yeah.
Like hell no.
It's like, but more Akai buffs. Make another general.
Let it roll twice.
It's like, oh, we want to introduce this cool thing. That's
Give us
like
the
this
Thunderbolt
real cool
variant for
support
the
skill. Yeah.
guys.
I suppose they haven't done that with how much they love Akai.
And if they do, let them be raids. Like don't turn them
sorry,
blue.
Akai, General Akai, like if we get another Akai, like I'd be surprised if it's also a raid.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a bummer though. Like I wouldn't mind that. Just with the kind of stuff that they have, like flamethrowers, extra missiles, full of actual ass guns. Like, come on now.
That'd
Well,
be cool though. Like I think it'd be neat as a raid, which is not saying it's impossible, but
Right.
the fact that like
But I see what you're
diversify it
saying.
too. Yeah.
Does the flipper have stealth, by the way?
I think it has stealth jamming.
Yep.
I mean, it has
and
jamming.
anti-stealth and anti-jamming.
It has both, essentially.
I think it's anti-stealth, anti-jamming, and it also gets to enjoy it.
And it also jams, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was.
Well, what I was gonna say,
Sam's
because
the
one
best
would
in
like
jams of the
cancel out the
rest.
other.
It would be kind of interesting to see a actual proper stealth suit, because I mean, what do we actually have? That is, I mean, we really only have two proper stealth suits, which is the
Pixie and
the Akai.
Knocked.
Well, the Knocked though has the murderous intent. So I mean, I guess it's technically, but I mean, at that point, you could say the flipper is too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of consider it that way, but I feel like the flipper, because of the way that it has so many like stuns and stuff to do at range, you kind of have to out yourself a little bit once you engage. You know, especially if you're running the anti-air rifle.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
The Knocked is definitely there for like the second you get that stun or heavy stun, you're already in there trying to get their guts out.
But yeah, overall.
I don't
Oh, go ahead.
any other ones. I was gonna say, so the Quell looks really good on paper. It would be interesting. I've only heard bad things about it, really.
Yeah,
which is
really
unfortunate.
rough reception yesterday for
Mm.
people that actually got it. And I don't know if that's just a matter of like some rough games that they had them in, or if it's really just not as ideal as other suits that they've been running.
Right. Because I've heard like go to GM Customs better. And I was like, of course it's better. So general.
Yep. It's a blue that does the same shit, and it doesn't really need a flash gun. So I don't know why that's even something to bring up.
But I don't know. Just to me, looking at it, I just see a raid of a solid skill set. It's got a fucking shield, maneuver armor, dodge roll, combo controller level 2. Everything else is like balancer. Honestly, I would trade personnel radar and force injection for anti-blast stabilizers. If we want to be completely real, I think every raid in the game should have that skill. Like it's so crucial. But like aside from
I know you don't.
I definitely don't want to see that, just because it's like,
Which is exactly why it must be done.
Oh man, like no, that would be awful, dude. Like forget that.
But having the GM2 beam rifle with like, I mean, I haven't thrown it, so I don't know how bad it is, but even a crappy follow up stun is still a follow up stun, right? You know, most of our raid boys are trying to set up staggers with a machine gun. So just the fact that you have 2 stun options seems pretty nice. Maybe you just have to be one of those cases where you just kind of get the guys who really know how to make it shine and they go in and dunk on people. But like Chad is saying, there are definitely better options at 400. I mean, it's does it look better than the? I mean, even if an insta shot stagger, does it look better than Blue Destiny Unit 2? No, not really. But I think it. I think it definitely. I think without playing it and just looking at it. I think it looks better than what I've heard. But at the same time, it's just tough. Being a raid sucks. Like that's just what it comes down to. Like, you know, you get like dunked on sometimes, and it sucks. So
I would
It
say
makes sense that
it's
they
kind of
went
a.
that route, though.
I feel like it's a necessary thing though.
getting dunked on as a raid, or just
Like
No, let's be real. That's what he means.
yeah, I mean,
sometimes you gotta shit
like-
on the raid, man. It sucks. But
It
sorry.
sucks in the way it's meant to be.
Yep. The Blues got to have somebody to bully the entire match.
Straight garbage.
well, okay. So, I mean, you kind of need a raid on the team, and like,
Sorry,
here's my
did you play
point.
rank match?
Well, see, here that's what I was exactly. That's what I was gonna say. The games with the highest scores was when I had a raid on the team. The thing is, somebody had to take that hit and play the raid, though.
Are you saying that like because everybody's beating the shit out of the raid, you're able to rain death on them as a support? Like, oh god,
Yeah, maybe I don't know, but
some
like,
poor scrub has to get beaten in the streets in order for everyone else to be able to do
Yeah,
something.
but I think it's just the idea.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you're pretty much taking that hit for your team to actually deal with anything other than the supports.
so
at
if you're
that point.
gonna, yeah, like if you're gonna go into clan match though, somebody needs to be the raid, right? In that sense. So in ranked, fair enough. If you weren't playing against everybody to get the highest score, then you know, yeah. So like when it comes to that, fair enough. By the end, there was like nobody wanting to play raid. But when there was, we ended up 18, 19, almost 20,000 every time.
I'm sorry, man. I can't appreciate your opinion. You're literally a dude with a can of bug spray, spraying it on a on a pile of ants, murdering, like eating a fly alive. You're just like, I mean, somebody's got to group them all together so I can shoot them all and get like 10,000 damage in one shot. So yeah, who am I to complain?
Gaming Emblem is best
Oof.
anthill.
Oh man. Okay,
You
fine
heard
then.
it here first. Magnum says raids are general bait so that he can rain death on them.
I'll go with that. I mean, I'll take that. If
Adopt
that's
a
what
raid
ends up
today.
happening, adopt a
Yeah.
raid today.
Yeah, please. Pick
But,
up raid
like-
playstyle. I promise it's sometimes
Just
fun.
show a bunch of their suits like in the arms of the angels.
That's why I play
Just
counter
try to
sniper
make them all look
raids.
super sad.
But play the flipper. There you go. Just play like counter sniper raids and like the flipper or something. But yeah, like what Suicide says. Okay, let's just add double dodge roll, overboost, maneuver armor,
Anti-blast
anti-blast stabilizer.
Give it a chance by making it sound OP on paper and then realize that not a lot of that's going to matter once you're actually down on the ground. That's what we're getting at. But at least you can say you had all those things to have a chance.
I mean, the double dodge roll is the scariest part.
Mm-hmm.
Just the dodge roll on a raid in general is a really scary thing. but
Like the Gian.
okay. If it had a shield, okay? If it had a shield, then that would be fine. That's a horrible one to bring up. Dang it. You just
Yeah, it
completely
is.
defeated my point though.
Dude,
I was like,
there's a bad
This
raid
man
for
is
every
stupid.
example.
every
Okay?
occasion. Oh my god.
Born in it.
I can give you a raid that will defy expectations, okay?
I mean, speaking of something that can like just feels bad to play, they decided to give us 2 more levels of the gun cannon 2.
Oof. Without any
Didn't change
changes.
anything about
Anything
it.
at all.
No, like that is all
Right.
like that's just expanding the lottery. Like they have to buff that next week. Like,
Right.
that's 2 more chances to get garbage in the lottery right now.
It's almost like they forgot to do it with the other unit changes. Like they put it on the roster and it's like, wait a second. Did we change anything about that? And they look at the notes like, oh. We'll get it. We'll get there.
We got to get it next couple of weeks.
Just drop it down. Someone will appreciate it. Maybe.
Do it in
and
the
we'll
next
figure it out.
group buff.
Oh no, I hope not.
Like several
That's way
months
too long.
later. Ugh.
But for real though, that thing needs like either a little bit charge time reduction.
And it's already shorter than it
something.
used to be. I'm pretty sure. And like compared to other suits, it's not that long, but it's just when your other gun cannon brethren are able to just snapshot with
Yeah.
no problem and then follow into using the same fucking rifle that you have, then like you really got to feel it. At least make that cannon more powerful.
I mean, okay, well the cannon is strong enough. I mean, unless now there's just more people using leg armor because that was a
There's
thing.
more
I guess
people
when I
using
played
the
it.
there's more people using the Gilgu cannon because that's more powerful and you can just take the fucking shot.
Yeah, that's true.
They should just make it like the Super Gundam's cannon. I think it'd help it out.
That's real. Yeah, I could see that. Like just
Yeah.
stacking the effects.
Yeah, just let you not have to do a full charge, normal piercing, stagger shots, and full charge knocks to a knee. And I think it'd be in an infinitely better place.
Well, I mean, maybe not give it the. I mean, I'm all for any kind of buff, but as far as for the sake of balance, maybe not giving it a piercing, not charge shot, and then make it piercing. Fully
Ah,
charged.
dude, I mean, come on. What else is gonna do?
Okay, well, I will say this though. I mean, okay, well, I guess it just has.
It's already got to be
I mean,
more
that's the only thing
stationary
it
than
has.
any other gun cannon in the
Yeah,
game.
I was gonna say that kind of makes its beam a little bit stronger than the heavy Gundam's beam already. But if they want to change the heavy Gundam's beam,
I wouldn't
for
mind
that
that
suit
either.
to
I
get
mean,
any
it's
buff.
already a fucking monstrous suit.
Yeah, now that I've kind of got used to it now, like, I just got to aim better. But once I hit somebody, I could just swap to any of the other weapons and then just pull off a stagger pretty much because it builds up a nice good chunk of stagger number, whatever that is.
They can
And
increase the heat. That'll keep it in check. Just increase the heat usage on the
Just
shots
make
to
it
make it
fucking
just like the Super
hellacious.
Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I bet you would see people play the gun cannon too.
Oh well, yeah. If it had any,
For that damage, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, right now the biggest thing. Well, real quick. Quell stuff. Any other thoughts on that?
I want the suit, but I don't want to spend the tokens.
I will say I feel like it might maybe need a buff before it got out the gate. Yeah.
Just
don't
give
know.
it more skills.
Either
Just give it titty launcher.
Yeah, titty launcher and shield missiles. Because we're in that era pretty much. I think they can expend a couple shield missiles even if it wasn't a cannon thing for that suit.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't know. It's got a gimmick. It's kind of like, it has that extra gimmick, but it's like this. I feel like it's in the part of the, or in the same like category as the slave wraith at this point. Like, got an extra gimmick that doesn't really get used. So,
I mean,
we gotta balance you out, right?
willing to whip that out faster than I ever would.
Oh
the
yeah,
slave wraith,
yeah,
though.
definitely. But like,
Slave wraith still needs fucking help. Like, let's.
oh yeah, that needs super help for sure. Like that needs
Take a melee swing.
take a melee swing.
I feel like that's why the
anything.
quell is the way it is, because they're like, well, at least it's not the slave wraith, and everyone in the room just kind of nodded, like, yeah, you're right.
Ouch.
Ship it.
It's good.
Ship it, drop that bitch.
But
2-star, who gives a fuck?
We can just say it's a slightly underwhelming because it's a 2-star.
Yep.
oh gosh.
When everyone in the room looks at the GH and
It's like, excuse me.
Steve John, and it's like nothing wrong here.
No problems here.
Yep, a mobile suit that has 3 stuns.
And a massive radius on its downswing. Like, man, don't worry about it.
No big deal. Yeah.
Somebody's got to top off the ends of the chart.
And there it is.
That is
Yep,
an
the
insane
Federation
suit.
At the peak.
Federation gets the lows, except for the Mark II, and Xeon gets the highs.
You know what, though? I think that's just it. Like, the Mark II hit such a high, and everyone's always so mad at it. It's just like, you know what? Let's just calm it down a little bit. Let's not give people like war flashbacks with this thing. We're gonna make it red, and we're just gonna make it kind of so.
Yeah, the quell exists so that people can bully it since it's a raid, and they can just think it's the Mark II.
Woe be to anyone who tries to color it like a Mark II. You are already signed up for failure.
Yeah, take that, Mark II.
Yeah, you fucking like that, and they're just like ganging up on this one dude in the corner.
You like that bitch?
Well, meanwhile, Magnum's like up over there, just like
What the hell are these guys doing?
Hey, free damage.
Oh
like,
man.
Thank you, Raid. You're doing your job, sir.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I got a triple that time. Whoa.
Oh, wow. Baby, a triple.
I love having a raid on my team.
Oh my gosh.
Best raid ever.
Oh, they just knocked each other down. I can follow up.
I just said that today, though. That's the horrible thing. I was on Mountain as the Zaku Cannon, and I'm like, dude, I got a double. Oh, dude, they knocked each other down. Another double. I could follow up that so easy.
Out here fucking around getting triple doubles and shit. Just
the raid's not dead. He just like and just limps away, boosts away, falls over, of course, because he doesn't have any legs. And he gets shot in the back.
Oh man.
We really need to give you a segment just called Raid Life at this point.
I mean, you know, he says this though, and then anytime someone brings up, "Hey, you should play support," that is like
support, man. You know how much fun it is to get demolished by the enemy team. Like
support life.
Yeah, I love those moments. Like when you have those moments in the raid where just everything goes well and you're like a fucking Gundam protagonist. Or not even a Gundam protagonist, because raid players are those scary dudes in the Gundam anime that like are badass for that one shot, and then like Ramba Raw, you show up an episode later, you get fucking shit on by the main character, and nobody hears from you ever again. And,
or you just go like super Skeeto and just turn into Yazan for a second.
Yeah, you're just like really badass, and you like own people, and then you just get dominated, and you're like done for that week because
the second you get stunned, you just get dunked on. Like that's it.
Yeah, that's the end of your villain arc, and it's time to move on to the next villain for next week. And then Zaccarello comes out.
I mean, if you look at it, we got the Goof, we got the Gan, we've got the.
They need to just have a Zaccarello come out to like cry over every raid that dies.
All of those are pretty much the same thing. They were epic, and then not.
Yep, raid life.
They definitely fit the raid playstyle to the show. What
That's why the G3 got melted at the end of Gundam. It was there to be amazing for a little bit, and then the Xeon showed up and just ruined its life.
Yep, G3 dies canon. The Goof's main pilot, famous pilot, gets dunked on. I bet something like the Striker had a blaze of glory before it got shot down. Like I bet I could find out the raids get the shit stick for like pretty much the most part in all of their canon. I'd have to like do some research.
It's like every bad Hajime no Ippo episode where like side character loses viciously.
That's the raid. Yes. They do
But
very well, but we're not Hajime or whatever whoever the main character is, so we unfortunately lose
Yep.
our matches.
Evil got like one bad loss, and then the rest of us just like, nah, I'll figure.
I gotta jump in like a crazy person with the BD2 though. That's like my go-to raid when I'm not streaming, just because then I can actually swing at stuff and I know I'm gonna hit, and feels pretty good. But in a lot of it though, I know the pain of being a raid. I definitely will say,
Do you though?
yeah, I've been there. I like to YOLO, so I've definitely
That's
know how it
true.
feels to get focused a lot by all the generals. All of
Most of this kind of just over dramatized though. As far as that goes, kind of,
kind of,
sort of, kind of,
kind of,
a
sort
little
of.
bit. It's over dramatized events based on real life.
By the way, though, another thing about the stealth suits, like a higher cost stealth suit, would be
Oh.
kind of interesting. Like actually seeing a 550. Back to that point.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if we had any idea of stealth capable suits that they could add.
From like Zeta, yeah. That'd
Well,
be kind
yeah,
of cool. Or yeah,
advance or
even
whatever.
around this
MSV, something.
time period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there were a lot of suits that actually tried to do that in that show.
I feel like there's got to be something though. I mean, I can't like dream one up on the top of my head. This is when we need Maniac.
Yeah.
We'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, there's like 3 of them or something, and like just off the top of his head, if I haven't had to do any research or something like that. But
'Cause, yeah, I'm like looking up stuff like stealth, Gundam suits, Zeta. Google, please.
but I wouldn't mind seeing another like like you said, true stealth suit. Also, when level 5 Pixie comes out, can we get stealth level 3, please? I don't want anyone to see me until I'm right on top of them, or they have. Well, you can't even break. Yeah, none of them has anti stealth level 3. Yeah, level 3, please. I want to be like the Akai, except get murdered slightly slower.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe, and have an easier way to hit a beam. I still
I
miss
mean, I'm
that
just
so many
bad.
times.
Yeah, I'm just bad. To make a particle cannon on the Akai's probably okay.
Yeah, if they actually ever gave us we increased the hitbox treatment, like Akai suddenly OP.
I'd still miss. Let's be real.
I mean, that's how I felt with the Gelgu cannon. I was like, I'm probably still gonna miss with this thing because to me, the Gelgu cannon felt about the same as the Akai. There was like no difference to me. And then as soon as they buffed it, like now it's just like, oh, I shot over there, I hit you. Oh, no big deal. Like I look like I'm missing people, and I hit with that. So I ain't complaining.
It always makes you do a double take though. It's like that kind of hit his hand. It did full damage though. You know what? I'll take it. Like, let's not question this. I need to follow up now.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, when you miss that shot, that's one thing with the Gelgu cannon, which was so brutal. Like,
That shit hurt. That still hurts.
yeah, if you miss with that shot, you're like, well, time to wait another minute or
Like,
whatever to
like half
fire
minute.
again.
Like you have other things to do, and that G Rocket's been getting a lot more use lately. So you have other stuff, but it's not the same. It's not the same as getting the big damage. That hurts for any support suit.
Oh, they as far as also, by the way, back to kind of the notes too. Another thing for supports, the Dom multi cannon is now in the ticket shop.
It's true.
So
And the level 2 knocked is in the DP shop. I got to buy that shit right away, actually, yesterday.
yeah, that's my next buy.
Which I think
Fulfill your
the
anime.
other Cold Blade was the single, not the double. I don't think either of those are actually in the shop yet.
Somebody released the
Oh yeah, they don't
level
have the
2
double.
Cold Blade level 1 with the level 2 knocked. It's
Yeah, that would have
unfortunate
been nice.
Although maybe Spin to Win isn't ready to be unleashed upon the masses yet, without a little bit of token investment.
Nah, fuck that. If I got to deal with Pixies still doing their bullshit, then I think we can have a little bit of extra spin to win every once in a while.
I feel you there. Beyblade's not that bad.
But yeah, what else
I
do we
will
think?
say that I felt a little bad in that custom match the other day when I was running that because I knew I was spinning to win on like everybody around me. I was doing that way too much yesterday.
Just gotta look out. Were we saying that, Magnum?
Well, I was gonna say, Gun Cannon 2 though. What else do we think? I know the one thing that was said was maybe give it moving and being able to charge the beam, but I think that's kind of I think that breaks lore at that point. For that kind of
I
cannon.
can't think of it. Like if they took it away from Unit 5, I don't think they're gonna bring it. I don't think they're gonna give it to Gun Cannon, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'd be interesting. Like I agree. It probably would make it a little bit better. But these high-powered mobile suits with these weapons mounted on their shoulders, so that they don't have to take any strain on their legs or whatever, I would think to fire. Can't do things while they're moving.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if you could charge it, and then obviously you have to stop, and then it shoots. But it's having
That'd be
to charge.
interesting. Just move, charge, but stand still, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Because you kind of already somewhat do that with cannon shots. There's just no charge up, so like it just kind of the same working idea.
I will say for the gun cannon too, though, one of the things that I used to do, which I haven't tried to play it in a long time, just because everything else just feels so much better to play, is I used to fire at people's legs, and if I could hit your legs with the initial beam, then I could swap over to its just beam rifle and then pop somebody's legs right there in 1-2 combo. Like there was almost no suit that I could, if I hit your legs with the first shot and then hit your legs with the beam rifle, like that was like insta pop legs. So that is one thing I do like about it. But now maybe there's people actually using leg armor, because that was definitely kind of more in the earlier days when I was playing. So. But I'd be curious to know, like actually go in and test just to see if I was still popping people's legs, or if it was either just things have more armor now, or what, as far as if you can pop legs.
Probably harder. Level 3 leg armor existing might make it a little more hard to do and such.
I don't know how much I notice it. It's something that I put on especially for certain suits like the camper and stuff, but I probably should put it on more builds just to see how much I notice it on other things, depending on how they move and things like that.
I probably should too, but I like big fat DPS numbers.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just want to dump
to see
that damage on.
Deep's thrust. Let's go. Filling the rest of my unused mid slots with my shield parts that for my mobile suit that doesn't have a shield.
At least we got that body part or that body frame now.
Yeah, new model frame is very good. Get new model frame. It's awesome.
Here's the
HP
new
in the mid slots.
mass production gun cannon white dingo. That sounds crazy. Someone just posted what it has in chat, and we'll decide. And that was
is it different than the regular MP?
Says it's got grenades, Vulcans, ground Gundam beam rifle, and the dual machine guns.
Oh. So the white dingo, at least in Rise from the Ashes, the bigger thing that it could use was actually still the double MG for its main weapon. I don't know if it could actually ever use beam weaponry in that game. That'd be cool to have that variant. I'd be down for that. Like if you weren't too down for the deck and just wanted to like tag people with that.
I can't remember if they gave it to in G Generation Genesis, but I'm not saying I doubt what he's saying. I'm guessing it would just be like a choice between either the dual, I guess it'd be dual like bullpup and Gundam beam rifle.
Could give it a
Hmm.
weird secondary thing like some
Yo,
suits have.
dual bullpup would be fucking amazing.
Oh, that'd be kind of
I'd
crazy.
be, I'd be down for that.
Oh yeah, no, it would definitely want to be dual bullpup. That'd be insane. You're probably talking about like cold climate levels of damage output with
Fuck
support.
that. Put dual cold climate guns on something.
Oh
Uh,
gosh.
Yeah.
What do we
give it to
got
a
for
raid.
that? Please. No.
Raid.
No.
Raid.
Support.
Raid.
We need more pew
Raid.
pews on
I'd
supports.
be down with that. Just make it like a super tactical cold climate. I would run the shit out
Okay,
of that.
I would. Yeah, that would be my raid suit for sure. I would
Just
take that.
double MGs, dual grenade launchers on it. Like fuck off. Let's go. I don't care if it only has one swing.
But anything else from the update?
Mm, not really. And I mean, even then, like, what got the banner for this week, more or less. It wasn't anything too crazy. We have a lot of things that are coming down the pipeline, but that's like,
Yeah, I figured we'd definitely go over that. But also as a reminder, if anybody wants to catch an in-between topic, there's points, the channel points in my chat with that. But yeah, if we want to go ahead and talk about the new map changes though that are
Yep.
coming, I'm guessing next week.
yeah, late January. So only got 1 week to go on that. It sounds cool, and it's neat that even a year later they're adding some pretty unique. Even if they are just gimmicks, it's just like I never expected any of that kind of stuff to actually be put in this game.
Yeah, like that.
Found out.
That definitely shows not only are they coming up with new mechanics for suits, but this shows like they're working on the engine that they're working with too now, just to maximize what it can do. Like having dynamic maps is a big deal.
Could lead into weather changes in maps.
Like this, I mean, it honestly gives me hope for seeing a water map. Maybe.
I love Mao.
We're still getting there eventually.
It'll rain. It'll rain in your match, and that'll
It'll
be your
flood
water map.
port
Good
base.
luck.
No flood, yeah. Port-based flood.
That'll be the new the third variant that we get. So what's the other port base that we're getting? Is port base like at dawn, I think.
That'd be
is
cool.
what
Like
it is.
the water would flood the little trench area and port
Yeah,
base.
the
That'd be
mosh
so
pit,
cool.
and you just had them like fly around in there.
Oh, that would be
the
kind of
aquatic-
crazy.
Aquatics
I-
just jump in.
They were pointing out
like
some stuff near the edge at the port for port base, and I'm not really sure why. Other than maybe they just fixed some hitbox stuff over
The
there.
boat's gonna take off, and if you're on it when it leaves, it takes you to Double Zeta Gundam.
That'd be hilarious.
Choo choo! Onward
Like
to
if-
Battle Operation 3.
If they ever do another like ad, they should totally have that. It's just like, what happens when you stand on the submarine and it just takes you over there? Like for
They
when
should
the
have
next when the colony drop happens in Double Zeta, and it's just you looking up at that, like, what the fuck?
Oh, all that early stuff, and I'm about to bring it up, but all that early stuff is it's just talking. It's like, look how pretty it looks. The sunrise and
Oh.
sea are beautiful.
It looks so damn
Oh, yeah.
good.
Yeah, looks shiny.
I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be like, it's too dark. I don't like it.
Dude, it'll be fine as long as you can actually see. It'll
Mhm.
be okay.
Like what I kind of want is just like they make a water map or whatever, and just like any amphibious suit gets a bonus movement or something kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Like they probably
like,
could.
Infinite thrust underwater. Like it'd be like having super specialization, and you just go full ham on people. Like boost sideways and all that.
Pretty
good
much
jazz.
being like examine space but underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it would be cool though if we had some kind of half and half areas though, kind of like like if the safe flooded or something, it would be kind of
Amphibious
unique.
maps, let's go. And then you can
I
have
still
the
think,
Zoc to like skim over the water. Down for that.
I still think in one of the maps, they just need to add a pool that you can find, and it has like models of all the aquatic suits in there.
They need to
And
put that on the sub.
That'll just be that'll just be the team's way of saying like "F you." There's your water map, losers.
Oof. No,
We're not doing it.
there we go. I like
Battle
that
out
idea.
3.
They come out with Thunderbolt Akai when they release the first aquatic map.
Yeah, like I know
They
people
just
say
show
like
it in there in
Aqua
a bucket.
GM and stuff like that, or Atlas Gundam, but I still stand by like if they put those suits in, it puts too much of a precedent for them to need to add water maps to the game.
I mean, did they
Just
even
'cause
have water maps in the first one, despite the fact that they had
they
the
didn't have
Marine
space,
Zaku?
so I don't think they had any water maps. Although I guess I see what you're saying too, because they had that little one thing that had the little sub rock gun, I think it was called.
Yeah,
Um,
like a
and there
harpoon
was
or
no water
whatever.
maps. So I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. But that was
So
just
like
like an
they can
offshoot
definitely.
MSV though. Like we're talking about main character cast powers. Do you think that might influence a little bit more?
Maybe
Mm.
I'd be down for that. Like I will not. I won't say no to amphibious maps in general. If they want to
Be
give it a
interesting.
shot, go ahead. As it is, they already have to figure out how the fuck they're gonna do flying suits,
For real
like
though.
legit flying suits.
I mean, like planes.
Aerial planes, riding waves and such, but not on the water, in the air, and in the space.
Into space. Space.
So,
Space.
but yeah, as far as the first map change, just going from the top mountain, the big adjustment here, like this is so pretty much what they said is the win rate on side A or no side B is 52% and side A is 48%, right? Or is it the other way around? B side at 48%. Okay, yeah.
I believe A had the advantage.
So A has the advantage. I forget which side's which in this one, but so yeah, now they're just opening up that archway so that you can hit pretty much all the support spots, which I'm fine with because I never really that at hardly any of those anyway.
So now we can
So
just kind of bully them a little bit easier. And I get where that's coming from, because those two sides past the little mosh pit in the center are very big choke points. So having more angles to kind of push those supports back that are just wedged in there will give people an opportunity to shift the map around.
oh yeah. Also just having a bigger gap to get through kind of thing. When you're kind of trying to get in or out of that, it gets a little awkward because it's a really big funnel.
Yeah, I think that making the archway opening bigger will be that'll be interesting. Like, I think the biggest issue with particularly like B side and Mountain was getting out. And like, granted, this will be nice because it'll give you more options to shoot from your position if it does get to the point to where it's like closed in. But I just wonder if it's going to cause B team to turtle up more because now we can just shoot more or something. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think widening the gap is good, but it'll be interesting to see.
The other change there too is just the getting to the other side. They took out like a little corner section of that little pathway. You can actually kind of stand behind as a support, kind of hit the other support spots. Pretty much they just opened up a lot of counter sniping positions. So I think that's kind of interesting. Like, just having that little corner you can go jump into, which I feel like a lot of people are going to go back there and be like, ha, I'll counter snipe. Oh no, now I'm trapped. I feel like that's going to happen a few times to people back there on that one. Not too sure about that change. But having that exit be a little weird. You're going to have to boost around that exit, looks like.
Are you talking about the little trench they added?
Yeah, towards, what is that? Is that point, that C?
That's coming from B heading towards C.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Like, as long as it's not trying, you know how like they added the sharp drop off the hill on A side.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like that, as long as you just walk up it, it should be fine.
Yeah, I hope it's not a boost thing because I still like to be able to come out of there and go toward the rock or whichever way I want to go.
Yeah, the only downside I think is if you're inside of it, and you're getting shot. Like if someone's standing on top of the little like new rises, high ground is pretty big, and just being able to shoot down on people makes things infinitely easier. So like if they're on top of that, they'll have an easier time setting up on you. But that's like them right on top of you, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting because it pretty much makes it to where B team has to essentially, if they're in that divot, gonna have to potentially, I don't know, maybe it's not as high as it looks, but they may potentially have to beanbag you
Yeah.
if you're on it rather than be able to shoot the ground by you. So it's interesting. Maybe it makes it harder for supports to get in, and that's probably like the big thing. I know they explained it out,
But
it'll be interesting.
we'll see how it plays out. For sure, though, I think it's a cool change. Like, I'm glad that they are willing to do these kind of drastic changes to maps. Like, I know I've said that before, but definitely kind of hate when stuff gets too static.
Yeah, and this is pretty big, especially when we talk about the other variant.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then the variant. That's yeah. I'm pretty hyped about that. So, but I guess the next one then is the space. But I mean, any other thoughts about that? The opening where the little corner change.
No, I mean that's nice. A lot of these changes are just so that you can actually get its supports a little bit easier. Nice little windows or places that you can duck into, and considering that it's a pretty high traffic lane now, it's nice that they're willing to change it after the initial change.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, like I said, I'm normally not sitting in some of these support areas too much, or if I'm there just for a couple of shots and then move on. So I definitely do not mind some of these changes. Also, the picture that I'm looking at right now, which is the second from the top, just right under the Akai and the arch. Also the Zombel definitely fits through there easy, but with the Zaku sniper for that heal over there on, I guess, A side. With that shot, I know if you're on the hill that it's looking at, you can easily shoot the Zaku sniper currently, and they can't do anything about you. You'll just shoot their foot or whatever, and they're just like, ow. And, you know, they're pretty much forced to either go into that corner where he's standing or boost back to the other side. That is one of the definitely cheesy shots that you can definitely start taking pretty early on. So that'll be nice to have that opened up, be able to have some counterplay there on both sides. But yeah. Dark space is getting moving debris.
It is true. I like that. That's an interesting one.
Yeah,
The fact that they're even touching on space stuff in general.
The dynamic arena thing though is just amazing. I mean, I'm just thinking again with what we were talking about with the Super Gundam. just all of a sudden having debris just kind of show up in your area just to be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna duck behind this, eat the
Yeah,
meteor,
and
and go the other direction.
it gives you other places to kind of chill out, so that'll be good.
Hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, so my understanding is like the static debris is still static, but it's added a few
Yeah.
drifting parts.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the ones that they circled, I guess, is all of them. So 2 on one, or like 4 total, but 2 clusters, I guess. Well, two, one big piece, one little piece, and one little cluster there, and then 2 separate pieces.
Hmm.
And then, actually, apparently there's one that drifts in from somewhere under the or around the ship.
Hmm.
I see an extra circle there, but yeah, they start up and then they end up drifting down. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll
Like,
be interesting. Can't beat more cover.
I'm just kind of
Make the
curious
matches more dynamic.
how like how faster. I mean, obviously this is by the end of the game they're in the last position, but I'm just kind of curious if like we're gonna have any weird bugs the first like week or so that it's out.
It might.
I just can't wait to just see something like your suit gets stuck in it or something, or like somebody decides to get out to repair and they just happen to be like one just kind of moving down and then just like get your pilot stuck in the debris. I'm waiting for something like that to happen.
It'll be interesting. Do you, I don't know if I can't remember if they mentioned it. Did they say if the debris is going to be on rails or if it's going to be kind of like thrown in, if that makes sense, and then kind of like free to do whatever.
The way I
Like, you think your
understand,
mobile suits be able to move it?
the way I understand is it's just a rail system each time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is fine. Less calculations and things for them to worry about on matches, considering the stability of their servers in the first place. Like,
Yeah, you're right about that. Um, they took away pilots right on suits for that reason. I doubt they'll be able to let you move around the debris.
mhm.
I would just wonder if you could have like maybe a sharp some kind of like I was more thinking Short's counterattack when they like, try to push Axis back up. But like, could you imagine like having your teams like push a piece of debris as cover or something like that? To move in.
That'd
Oh
be
my
neat.
gosh, that'd be crazy.
It'd be pretty neat.
Or
That would
have
be
it
an
have like
interesting
a
dynamic.
stun effect after it gets to a certain speed and all that.
Huh.
Like, that'd be neat.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, even so, like, it's neat if it even is on rail systems because that's just something more for people to learn over time.
Oh yeah,
We'll see how that changes things on that map.
dynamic arenas is always a cool thing to add. So
It's been in there for years in other games. At least it's in here for this.
shows they're working on, like I said though, it shows they're working on the like their engine and trying to improve it. I will take. See, and then the last one is port. Yeah, port base variant. There we go. I can word. So other than it changing to
Dawn.
like
At
dawn,
dawn.
we have the another dynamic arena where we'll have the HLVs launching off. So they actually have a
Do they give
video.
a specific time stamp for that? Like when it actually happens during a match? I don't think so, right?
No, nothing I can tell.
Yeah.
It just says
It's still
over.
hype.
Yeah.
Like all of them are just gonna be gone, and I'm assuming you can get up on those platforms and stuff, so
If
very
anything,
different.
you can already if somehow you can't actually walk over the platform, you can at least get on the edge there and shoot somebody. Which, I mean, that would kind of be a death wish, but
That'd be hilarious though. Just make them like mini like fighting stages.
yeah. Like that is a big deal though. Opening those up, like
Imagine if they opened up those platforms in the top of the HLVs for that variant of the mapping.
Mhm.
I
And
would
you could
take
just like
that. That would
fly
be
away on
awesome.
there, like what's happening? Why? And you had to like jump off it.
That'd be pretty neat. I don't want to be anywhere near the launch point when the HOV takes off. It'd be like desert dust
My
storms. Yeah,
Yeah,
times infinity.
I'm wondering how like is it that's my question. Like is it just gonna like everybody's game's gonna die for 20
Unless
seconds?
you're on a pro.
Yeah, unless you're on the PS4 Pro, pay to win. Like that's definitely a gonna be a big oof, I think. I don't know. Maybe I hope we're wrong.
We'll see. I would assume it won't be too bad, but like if it is, I won't be surprised. If they found a way to fuck that up.
So I'm reading here, other than it'll be difficult to see, and that's all they say. They don't say anything about actually getting staggered or anything.
Yeah, it's just gonna create a smoke screen. And also make support days infinitely better.
Just fire at health bars.
No, I mean once
Oh
the
yeah,
smoke screen,
yeah,
sure, but
once
once the
it
HOV's gone, it's just like,
Oh
ha,
yeah.
rain death on everybody at
Oh
sea.
yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Which
You
it
have no
will
chance.
open up for some counter sniping to go on though, which is I think greatly needed on this map. So because the HOVs normally essentially is like, okay, gentlemen's agreement for the other support. You have fun shooting at my generals, I'll have fun shooting at yours. Most of the time that's just how it goes. And then unless you push up to C and are pushing on the other enemy team, there's normally not too much counter sniping that goes into play. So the two most popular spots is immediately going to be like, I see you on that building. Boom. After that HOV takes off.
yeah, it'll be interesting. Things will open up. I wonder if you'll be able to stand on the launch point when the HOV is gone.
Yeah, that's what
How relevant that will be. Or is that what you said?
Well, that's what Gustav pointed out too, and yeah, I know
Oh,
I
okay.
get up on the edge of it right now, but I kind of see it being almost a death wish a little bit.
A
But
fun death wish though. Just let me do it.
that
Let it happen.
It's like when who was it that was talking about getting on top of the rock in mountain?
was me.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
him.
okay, yeah. It's
I
like
was
it's
like,
the
I
same
want to
idea.
get up there. I still
Kill
want to.
me!
I still
Kill
want to get
me!
up there. Like
Let me do.
I wanted to just. I still want to be able to just boost over it at least. You know, like pull some crazy jump off or something. But
Hey, I mean them fucking around with the maps like this, and this is the second change that they've done for Mountain too. So you
the
never know.
third, the second or third
Should be second.
was the
Because it was
last
initial
one.
release. Yeah, they did initial release, made the adjustments that we have now, and then they're doing what they're doing now.
Okay, I thought the rock on top of the main hill was like separate from the
I believe they've only revised it
tunnel.
once. I
Yeah,
believe.
I think what you're thinking of is when they did the stuff for Tropical.
Well, no, I thought they added the
When they
tunnel
added that
and then
extra.
they added the rock on top. I thought those were two separate. But if they were
Hmm.
the same, then never mind. Crazy.
I want to say it was all a one adjustment, but I have to go back. But I feel pretty confident that they've only made an adjustment to the map once before this.
I mean, it's been a while. So, either way, though, I like that they will do these kind of changes. For sure, is amazing.
It's a nice touch. Variation is cool. it'll be interesting. Like these dynamics to the maps are cool, but I wonder if it was what people were looking for. Well, where's our snow map? But like because I know people are talking about like nighttime maps. I think it'd be interesting playing in the map at night. You literally just get clapped by somebody. That would be a case where you would want to drop your super bright color scheme to be like those guys in space who play like pitch black mobile suits. Like there's a health bar. I think there's a mobile suit there. Not really sure,
Nah,
but
man, everybody plays with the Hyakushiki colors, no big deal.
Oh man,
are those rainbow colored suits that are just like
Technicolor
neon,
dream
like
barf bullshit.
Oh, God.
yeah.
Contemporary like 90s art.
It's like my
Yeah.
Kelly green and hot pink paint scheme.
Oh no.
Yep, 3D cube Windows color mobile suits.
Windows 95
right.
colors.
Yep, Bill Gates custom.
There you go.
Yeah, he was a Xeon ace. I feel like
What if we
I've
find
seen
out he's a
both, but-
giant Gundam nerd? That'd be hilarious.
Oh, that would be amazing. But yeah, any kind of like with at least changing the, kind of like time of day, we hopefully can move toward getting like weather and stuff since they are putting dynamic arenas in. Then they might be able to do weather pretty easily after that. So just seeing or just a snow map would be cool.
Well, they've already announced it.
Oh, they have? Okay.
Well, they showed it off. It's going to be a. Did you not see it? It's going to be the one of the older maps from Battle Operation 1. It's like a little missile base.
Yeah, it's like
thing or
another
something.
port thing.
Okay, I think I remember it now.
I believe we talked about it.
Yeah,
but
I think we did. I probably just forgot now.
That was a couple weeks ago though, to be fair. I kind of hope that we find out some more stuff when we actually get the map updates. Maybe they do like a follow-up
That'd be kind of
article
cool.
talking about that, like, oh yeah, and this is coming down the pipeline eventually.
I was kind of hoping we were going to get it during the updates that they were talking about. At the very least, we would have heard more about it in the director's letter. It's strange
Right.
that we're getting these maps or these variants.
And
I mean,
not that actual new map.
I guess the variants are easy to do because everything's already pre-made. You
Yeah.
just have to change a couple of things. But like, I wonder what they're waiting on for a new map.
Maybe that's when we'll get the Marine Zaku and the Aqua Gym.
That'd be cool.
There's kind of like it's kind of like underwater, but the water's all frozen, so it just plays just like a normal ground match. This is what you guys wanted, right?
Close enough.
It's a little crunchy, just a little bit. That's good enough. You guys don't want to deal with ice anyway.
Yeah, whenever you get out of your mobile suit, you have to shovel your cockpit out before you get back in.
Oh god. Like, why don't I just close it? Because then you won't be able to get back in. What does that mean?
Snow will settle on your mobile suit, and if you don't scrape it off the top, you'll be breaking the law, and you could get pulled over for a ticket, or you can just pull the snow off.
You just have these little Haro police come over and like
Okay.
tow your like that's enough out of you, mister.
The shoveling
Alright,
the snow thing,
so-
that definitely sounds like some double Zeta shenanigans going on there.
It sounds like what would happen in the early 2000s when everyone was trying to push like physics engines too hard. Like everything had to have an effect, or like weather always had to be like interactable and shit.
Pretty much. But
Please show some mercy to the servers until we get better ones.
for real though, right?
That's a server.
Sometimes when the lag hits, man, it is rough.
It hurts a lot.
Yeah, moving it down. But and for those that didn't see it, pretty much what it'll be is you'll be able to actually do it in custom matches as well. And you'll just like on port base hit the square button and it'll toggle over to the variation map.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do that.
Oh, I know. We get a variation of desert, and it's a snow map. You know, sand's kind of like snow, right?
Tropical dessert.
I mean, they did it in Star Wars. There's a fucking salt planet. Maybe we can do that.
Close enough.
For real, Battle Operation already is on a salt planet. It wouldn't be hard for them to just make it a canon end-game map.
Well
Everyone
played.
just looks at it like, that's the fair cop.
That's my map. Salt map of my map.
Ranked on the new salt map. That would
Yep.
be a little too meta.
No, let's do that.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
for real. I mean, every map that ranked battles on turns into a salt map, but if they had a literal salt map, I mean, I just don't know if I could take it.
Eventually, every map's going to be violated by having gone through ranked, and then you're just not going to be able to forget that mode ever.
Every map
Pretty
sucks
much.
now.
Every map is pain. But
on that, let's see. It's like that's the tail end of it, though.
Also, shout outs to Aoshi in my chat.
Hey.
Over here doing quell things and shit.
Yeah.
He's whistling.
A little bit.
By the way, do we ever
He's
figure
the
out though
quell.
if the what it says at the for the description, the explanation, the mobile suit explanation for the quell, or is what
No,
series
Aoshi
it
could probably
says?
find out.
No, not yet. And some of the other suits on the wiki do have it, so I figure it'll be on there eventually, just not right now.
But yeah,
You
Aoshi.
can ask Aoshi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not to.
Aoshi, copy and paste the entire description from your quell into chat.
No, we don't.
No.
I just need to see what. I just want to know what the logo says.
Yeah, what's the logo in the bottom left there? What does it say? If
What
not to
show
get your
is it from?
hopes way up in the air, if it does say advance of Zeta, then there is super hope. But if it doesn't, then it might be crushing your dreams a little bit.
Yeah, if that says AOZ, we're golden. But if it's
Okay, I
like
can't look 'cause
Stardust
I gotta-
Memory, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, there still could be hope for the Hazel, but
For sure.
it says advanced.
Aoshi's like, I'm at dinner for fuck's sakes, lol.
Oh man, who watches the stream from mobile? Ugh.
Almost the entirety of my viewer base. What is wrong with you guys?
I know. I feel
What is
like
happening? My entire description's a waste. No one ever sees. They're all on mobile.
But anyway, so yeah, this update was pretty small, but we did get some news though. So that should be coming this next Wednesday, next update.
Yeah. So that'll be a big one, and I'm sure that'll be a big download one, as opposed to just a banner flip. So keep that in mind, and don't do it too early if it drops early. Otherwise, you'll be locked out of the game.
Yep. Like the Western audience was the
A
first
couple
update
weeks
rolled.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Guys played this new Gundam Battle Operation game. Oops, we auto installed your update at like 2 p.m. Guess you can't play the video game until like
Till tomorrow.
until like 11 hours later. Oof, hate to see it happen.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that-
here's the Zoc that you probably don't know anything about.
It's October. It's like, is this like a Sonic cameo? Why did anybody unleash an Eggman robot? What is this? They pushing for the Sonic live action movie? What is all this?
There we go.
Dude, the Zoc with Jim Carrey. Was the
Just
was that
pops
where the
his
hat
head out
was?
of it.
Was a little like furry hat with the ear head thing from the Zoc banner?
Oh, the no. Yeah? No.
Yeah, I mean.
No. The fish decal was.
Oh yeah, the fish was.
I thought it came with that. I know it had two things though.
But it had something else, yeah. It was the fish and something.
I don't think the pilot of the Zoc had an Ushanka though. That's what we're talking about, right? Like the fuzzy winter
I was
hat.
thinking it might have been
Yeah.
the fish in the Ushanka, but
Maybe
I
it
know I had
was.
something else. I can't
okay,
really remember.
wait. I've got the picture. Hang on, here we go.
Yes.
I was gonna say I've got the picture of it from this. So
Oh, I'm seeing October 3 update and it's saying Ushanka. Yep.
Because I was trying to remember where I
Behold
got
your
the hat
god,
from.
the Zok. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is what it's from. It was both the decal
Okay.
and the Ushanka.
Somebody asked, I was like, I think it was the assault gun tank or something, but I couldn't really remember. So
Yeah, it would make more sense, but no.
that's where I got it from. Zoc.
yeah, they need to
Tails
put
off.
something in that kind of matches with the Ushanka though. Just saying.
Big poofy coat.
Yeah.
They need to make better fashion for the game. It's a
For
big
real
deal.
though, it is like I mean at this point I'm kind
It
of
is a
like
fucking
I would
wasteland.
almost spend some tickets on stuff if A, they were actually there, and B, they weren't like the same tickets as like a new suit that's probably going to come out. Like now it like what was it that they just recently added to the ticket store that was like a actual
I think it was
3-star that
the
was like 300
I think it was the Unit
tickets?
4 and 5 pilot suits.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like
That were
They were
the
in there, but I think they discounted them when the new thing dropped.
what was the suit
the
though?
GHS normal suit.
No. I mean like
Gunpla
the
High School.
like the Gundam Thunderbolt though is what I'm saying. Like the full armor Gundam Thunderbolt, like they put the level 2 in there and it's like 300 tickets. Like
Oh, I thought
the
you were talking
actual
about
suits. Yeah, now that
pilot
they're adding.
cosmetics. Okay.
Yeah, like the actual suits they're adding now are I was trying to think of one that was an example. I was like I am derping hard here. But yeah, they put in like I think the Thunderbolt level 2 and it's like 300 tickets and that is a little steep. Just
So a
saying.
little bit.
So I mean, if the new suits that they're going to be adding is 300, I'm kind of like, well, I got 600 tickets, but you know,
You want to spend half of that?
if it's yeah, I kind of don't want to spend too much on cosmetic stuff because then it's going to be like, hey, here's your Heavy Gundam level 2, 400 tickets. No.
I hope you're ready. Yeah, I'm at that point right now. Because I ended up getting the assault gun tank and then something else. Which is nice. Like I was glad that I'm able to have both tank suits now. Transformable ones. Oh, and then the knocked. That was DP though.
I mean, we kind of talked about this with the DP shop and stuff, I think last time or recently. But what do you think about the recycle tickets kind of doing the same thing as, new stuff comes out? It's like, oh, that would be nice to have, but, by the way, it's going to be 100 extra tickets or, like example, the Nemo's cannon is, if you want both levels, is 440,000 DP, something like that. Like, for me, I'm just barely, I'm like at 80 right now, still trying to get back up to 100 again to buy the knock.
Yeah, I don't
And
really pull that much, so that'd be a little rough. A little bit.
Just be big balling and buy it out immediately when it comes out.
Lol.
Hey,
how much
build a
DP
Gundam
do you have though?
build
For
a
real?
Gundam out of tokens. I mean, after I dipped pretty low after I on my main account after I bought the Nemo cannon stuff, but I want to say I'm still like in the 300,000 DP range after the purchase.
Yeah,
'Cause I
they're.
think before I bought it, I had like 600,000 DP, and I know there are people that have more than that too.
Wonder what Maniac's at right now for his.
Well, he probably has a lot too. Also, I think he buys cosmetics, so he might not have as much.
I mean,
I don't know
like
at this point.
at
You
this
never know.
point, yeah, I would say he probably already has all the cosmetics and all the DP stuff. Period. At this point,
Maybe, yeah. Because when I was around 500,000, I tried to see if I could buy out the entire cosmetic store, and I didn't have enough for it. So
Oof.
they add up.
Hello?
We're here. I'll
Okay.
just wait and see if anyone else had anything to add to it.
no.
As far as that goes, though, they just need to add real clothes. The military thing is cool and all, but
It's like
They should just
character
have
clothes and stuff.
yeah, they should have, I
Yeah.
mean, not even that. They should have normal wear. Like, wear some real people clothes.
Here's a
I guess a
T-shirt.
PNC. Yeah, I know, like going with the theme. Oh, I guess they kind of have with the Aka shirt, but
Yeah,
like
but
I know they're going with the whole military theme and stuff. But I bet people would probably do more cosmetic-y stuff if they could just be like anime waifu character creator in the base camp. You know, like give us some V-necks and
Or
I
even
don't
just more
fucking
stuff
know.
for the actual characters models
Yeah,
themselves.
shirt and jacket,
Different
earrings,
hair or whatever else.
yeah, hair colors, something. If we're talking about that, like just get them some non-military clothes. You know, you might have some people like, oh, it takes away from the feel of the game, but you know, who cares? You know, get over it, dude. This is this is supposed to be an enjoyable experience for everybody. Like, I
Not to
might buy
mention
some
some of the
normal.
funky color coordination that people do on their seats already kind of kills that vibe. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
like they should. And like the literal pilot part of the game is like literally is pretty much like the least important aspect of the entire game.
It's pretty much just the low point of the game.
Yeah, like it
Like it's a chore to deal with.
it pretty much doesn't matter as far as the game goes right now. So I mean, they should just have free round to do whatever they want. Like they should just expand the character roster stuff and you know maybe even have premium stuff to pay real money for. And like because it's purely cosmetic and means nothing, like you know they'll probably be like people are like raw, you know, whatever. But like at the end of the day, I would just sound like, dude, it's just cosmetics, you know, like you don't have to buy it. What's the problem? It's for those people who want to role play in the base camp.
Deep down, they wanted it. That's the problem.
I mean, when it's well, see, when it's a free game though, I don't. I mean, you know, I can get some of the rage around some of the stuff with like
I mean,
AAA
would it matter
games,
though? I
but
mean, I would look at it as like free games like I don't know, Maple Story, where you pretty much just play it to hang out, and they have little like cosmetic-y flair that in the case of like I guess I mean I'll play I've never played Maple Story. I just seen I've seen like characters from it and they all like look ridiculous. But, like you know if they had that stuff and it was premium currency, like what would it matter? Like it would generate extra revenue for the game, and the people that care about it will be like, cool, I can make my character look ridiculous in the base camp. And for the people who literally the most time they spend is talk to dad, get allowance, get redeem from the clan counter, talk to uh talk to like Carrie to start matches, Katarina to like spend their tokens, and maybe they go to oh god, why am I forgetting her name? Who's the worthless girl that upgrades your mobile suits? What's her name? Um
oh man, feels bad for
Oh,
Hangar Girl.
no bully Leona.
I
Oh
bully
man.
Leona, thank you. I bully Leona all day, okay?
Oh man, I was gonna
Um
make him. I was gonna make him come up with a name. You gave it to him, Gustav.
yeah, Leona, that's her name. Like for people who are literally just like point A to point B, like what's there to complain about? Unless it's like the integrity of my game or whatever. Like, get over it, dude. Yeah, that's my take on it. Maybe it's a little bit extreme, but like if it literally changes nothing, it just supports the game. Like, I don't know.
I mean, if
So I
they,
guess like I'd rather them be making mobile suits than worrying about cosmetics. Because I doubt the team's big enough for them to do both or something. But
I mean, some of that stuff though, like as far as it goes, you could just have one person working on the art for the cosmetics, and I mean, with how they've got it set up, it's probably not that like in depth to just if it's gonna just be in the base, it wouldn't be hard to just render that on so that you could
I
just
don't know
do it
though. Do
in the
you think
base.
so? Because
Like
like I've got this mental picture of the development or the working team for battle operation, like
just four
being
people.
like, do you have a fucking basement, dude? Like,
Okay,
like
fair
someone's
enough.
gonna come down. Someone's gonna come down and be like, okay, we need you to add all these character models, and they're all just like, you ever see like those anime or manga where they're like over dramatized, like, oh maybe it's not, maybe it's like real, like the manga people,
Like
the
just
people, the
super
manga,
dramatic, but like slice of life bullshit.
yeah, and then like they're like guy at the for the production company comes in and is like, all right, it's deadline time. We need 3 more pages, and everyone's like, ah, like that'll be
Development hell.
yeah, that'll be like the battle development team. And like, okay, time to add these cosmetics to the game. They're like trying to make the Hazel custom, and they're just like, guess we'll put it off for next week.
Okay, fair enough if it's that bad, but
It probably isn't, but that's my like current mental picture.
Mm.
They've
I
got
feel like with
comfort
the
and speed on the
expansion,
logo.
they've gotten a little bit more room at least wherever they are.
I'm sure they at least got a suite.
Mhm. One can
Maybe
only hope. We might
But
have to do a
if they could
GoFundMe so
spare
that they
one
get a
person,
proper floor.
they could
Bamco
spare.
headquarters gave them a closet. They
Oh,
cleared out the
no.
janitor closet for the battle op
Oh
team.
no.
Yeah.
They're all just working around like one simple like test bench and computer. That's all they got. Maybe a fax machine, but that took up too much space.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
I just
So they could
remember
put
when they were
standee.
or when like for instance, as far as like the cosmetic stuff like this, like League of Legends, like I know when a couple of skins first came out, like it was like palette swap stuff, and some people was like, "This is just a palette swap. This isn't a new skin, right?" And then, what's one of their most popular skins that they've ever come out, which was the Chroma skins, which is just palette swaps of like the base skin, and it's like,
Yeah,
and everybody's like, "This is amazing, 10 out of 10." And it's like most
like
sold
no dynamic
skin,
animations or
and
anything.
it's
It's just
like
a really different color.
just a palette swap.
I
Anybody?
mean, a lot of stuff in fighting games is just palette swaps.
I know, but it's just like
But it was
like
an expensive bougie palette
eight
swap.
years before this even happened. It
granted,
was
those are
like
free, usually.
like 8 years before this even happened. It was like, come on, we're new, we're small indie company. You know, we need just something. $5-10. There you go, palette swap, right? Yeah, that
Mhm.
counts. And then now it's just like still small indie company. But and then they're just like that doesn't have two-factor authentication. By the way, I don't know if I told you guys about this, but I got hacked
Oh
again.
no!
My account got hacked a second time. This time sold to somebody actually.
Ow!
I
They
will say
hacked
though,
and sold your account.
yeah, someone hacked and sold the
Oof.
account, which I ended up with 2 extra skins or 3, I don't know.
Well, that's neat.
So I'm just like, I got some extra skins, cool. Thanks for spending money on my account, I guess. The dude, like, as soon as I got it back, like, I just get a message like, "Hey, you scammer," and I'm like, "What?
What?
What? Who are
How's
you?"
that on me?
And then he's just like, "Go ahead, report me." And I'm like, "Okay." And I haven't heard from
Okay.
him since. So like, he might have got banned too because I actually did just report him.
Reported.
I was like, "Okay,
Nope,
fine."
report
I was trying to say we
Okay.
both got like screwed, but if you want to just
If you insist.
keep being that guy, then fair enough. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, but now they're making tons of money, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna come out with these palette swaps. We're gonna call them chroma skins because chroma was the big thing for like chroma keyboards and everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it just flew under the radar with that kind of sell. Like I don't remember anyway that they had any like complaining, but
Imagine if they had fucking chroma skins for this game.
well, that's
Or
the
like
thing. You
For
could
the
Tekken
just
that
mobile
would
suits or the
constantly
pilots?
you could just color your
for the mobile
suits,
suits
which
and
I
just
was
have it constantly
surprised.
like change colors like during the
Oh, I
match.
see.
Oh,
like,
like
So they
that.
make that shit look like a fucking disco.
Oh, like hang on, let me change my keyboard real quick.
They better
And then I'll lift it
like
up.
increase the font size of the epilepsy warning on the on the game if they're gonna do that.
For real though, right?
This is a video game where you fight strobe lights.
But
Like have you ever seen sparking in Gundam Breaker 3, Gustav?
I think so.
It's the buff where like you bug the game out and it gives you like every single super form buff at the same time or some nonsense like
God.
that. And you have to use age blade funnels like long and small and like set them up a certain way or some nonsense like that. Koraz could probably tell you about it, but the effect of it like creates this. Well, you can
Crazy
like set it up to where it
orbs.
doesn't do it, but it creates like this piercing white, bright, blinding
Yeah.
light.
I saw that. Fucking Torres blinding everybody. Yeah.
Can you just imagine that in your battle operation games? Like,
That
oh,
would be
God.
hilarious. I want that now.
Every single one of my raids would look just like that. I want to blind the stupid generals every time I go in.
sounds scary. Just saying.
It does for you.
For you.
For you. But
I'm coming for you, Magnum.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
If you see a flash of light, that's me.
All you hear is just for you.
For
You just get
you.
nailed.
What? I just heard something.
It's like grab your support and crush it over my knee.
Just pulls the tress head just like for you, and then just breaks your spine.
Did I just hear a thread or something? What?
That's weird. I feel Matter's intent, but my radar is clear. What's going on?
I'm just blind. Ah! Oh, I'm dead. What? What even happened? Oh gosh. Like, but for real though, I was surprised honestly when I saw that you could actually change the colors of your suits and it didn't have a, microtransaction tied to it. So
Yeah. Just had to grind a little bit and you got there.
I have to say, well done to that. That was something that was surprising.
Now we have dynamic textures, I guess, essentially. They just have like different panels that you can color. That was a good way to incentivize some of those. Like, oh, some of them are just textures, others you can actually change the colors on. And those will
I know,
cost like a little bit more. It's a little rough that they don't have a separate currency for that, so you can't like just focus on that if that's what you want. You like just have to spend more, I guess.
Buy, consume.
Buy more.
Token pack. New gun cannon.
Like, I almost feel
Roll
like
on mobile suits.
a bunch of people who have ever whaled have just gotten those starter packs, and like, I wonder what those sales look like for them.
I'm sure the starter packs do pretty well.
Yeah, I did the starter. That one's actually really good though. $8 for like 30 tokens. And the Grandpa Gundam, I guess level 1, whatever it is.
If you want the extra tickets, I guess. If we never got it.
Yeah. I mean it's still kind of cool. I mean,
It's a Grandpa Gundam.
For real.
cool, I
It's
guess.
a tiddly your suit. I'm so convinced the votes to get Grandpa Gundam into the 10 mobile suit
Yeah, what the fuck?
poll. Like I am pretty sure those were rigged. Like I think
For real,
I
though.
think I only ever saw it fall off the chart once, and it was like back in second place immediately after.
Just the entire battle operations team just taking turns on their one computer spamming the button.
Yeah,
Dude, I bet they had like something in there to rig the votes in his favor. They didn't even have to like waste time doing that.
every one
well-
vote for another suit gets 2 votes for the Grandpa.
For Grandpa Gundam. It was in first place, so thankfully that's not the case.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like
but-
every vote gives like half a vote or something.
There you
And
go.
if it falls too far behind for some reason, they just
It's a
like
multiplier.
artificially boost it back. Yeah.
We find out that the GS was actually just there as like a revolution against that system.
That's funny.
Thanks, Reddit.
They knew. They were fighting the power.
But yeah, anything else we want to cover?
This week was pretty compact, for lack of a better term.
There isn't a whole lot going on. A lot of stuff coming down the pipeline right now.
Oh yeah.
Just have to wait and see
Oh.
for the map and all that.
Here's something I guess to point out. Clan ranked Monday. Not Saturday. It's Monday.
And then that same Saturday
yeah, and then next Saturday
is another one.
Yeah. So
So 2 in 1
Monday,
week.
7 a.m. Eastern time anyway. And then that Saturday, 7 a.m. Eastern as well.
Round 8 will be around the time the banner would normally come out. Except it's also going to be on it's going to be Sunday. So it'd actually be like Saturday night
At 11 p.m. I guess again. Or yeah, 11
it'll be
p.m.
an hour
Eastern.
before the hour before the banner would normally come out.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so 11 for me.
Yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern for round 8, which should be the last round for the assault.
Maybe.
I feel like it was supposed to be the last round a million rounds ago.
Well, no, didn't they say they were going to do like 8 and then it swapped?
Maybe. I thought they were gonna do like at least that many, but there might be
There might be an
more.
extra one every now and then.
Maybe.
I was meaning to look back at that when I do the next like update video because I kind of pointed it out because they always have like the next set of clan rank thing.
Right.
So I was gonna go look back at that to kind of check. I don't know if anybody has that up real quick. I can try to find it. But I do like that they're expanding that though. That was a huge deal when they said they were gonna do that.
What do you mean?
Like
Expand?
like instead of just the top 3 clans period each
Oh, right.
every week, you know. Like when they opened it up to like, on the 9th time it's like the top 10 or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. That's a sorry. That's a good move on their part. Just because those matches get pretty sweaty. I'll be pretty excited to be able to get it. I think our clan will definitely be able to get the knock on wood, definitely be able to get the land combat GM whenever they open it up again. Hopefully, maybe, possibly.
Should be
Fingers crossed.
Saturday then, right?
This coming Saturday, yeah.
Totally
this
still
coming-
recruiting
then
for us, so we
next
can actually
week.
get on the board here.
Oh, you talking about round 8? Yeah.
Or isn't it 7? Isn't every odd
Oh,
that it opens up? So
or-
1, 3, 5, 7. Because this is the 6th one, right? Monday is the 6th, right?
Yeah, the upcoming one's the 6th.
Yeah. So not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday is the.
Oh, you're talking about when they open up the brackets, right?
Yeah, when they increase how many clans can get the suit. Here we go. I think I found it.
This upcoming one should be top 40, I believe.
Oh, they're just updating this post. Okay, so then I guess I'm blind. Whoops.
Maybe it's top 40. Maybe after that one. Whenever it gets to top 100, we'll get it. We should be able to get it for sure.
So it's going 7th and later is top 100. So yeah, literally after next Saturday, each time they have it then will be top 100. And every 2 months is what they say. They're going to be swapping out the suit. So sometimes I guess that
It's
would
been going
be.
on for a while. So, I mean, unless they mean like after the last round, it sorry, we could very well see the change happening.
Start of February, maybe?
Yeah.
Do like February, March, and then kind of just start it from there. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
it's really awesome though that they open it up even to the top 40 for on the 5th week, and then it's top 100 for the Semathon. It's pretty legit. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Like, what have you guys been placing? You guys have been placing in top 100, right? Pretty much each time.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, what have you guys been placing, Emblem?
Not 40th.
Well, I mean, top 100 though.
it-
You guys have been getting top 100,
Yeah,
I think, pretty much each
we've
time.
been top 100 consistently. I think in round 4 we were unranked, but that one was rough. Like we got our asses kicked. That was like the one that was Tropical Desert 4v4 simple battle or target shuffle or whatever. Like, oh my god, that one in like the space ranked match. I never want to live through that ever again.
Yeah, that'll be a big deal. So next Saturday for sure. If you can be on, no matter what you are, if you just started playing 2 days, like if you start playing that Thursday and just join a clan, which if you're watching this at then that, yeah, sure. But if you if you're planning on starting the game and watching this and you get in that Saturday, clan ranked, be there for whoever's clan you join.
Clan GS3, we got openings. Let's go.
That too. So
Team
GS3,
Pants will take anybody interested, but yeah, join these guys.
I got hopefully an influx coming in, so I'll give Gustav the floor on this one, but GS3, then capital N, lowercase n, capital G though, but definitely in for Gustav's because I think we might have enough this coming Monday to actually have a full team to field.
Yeah,
You
you're
got
stuck.
Cyclone in.
Casa.
Okay, yeah. Is that
So,
it? Were y'all just like kind of like falling short by like one or two? Who's gonna be on your clan team?
well, Casa and them were pretty much short, and I was running about 2 to 3 short, depending on because I was pretty much having 3 people show up consistently so far.
Hmm.
So if that happens again and they just cycle in, especially if it's the 4v4, wait, don't we have a 4v4 coming up?
This
Yeah,
upcoming
not
one.
this one, but it's coming up
Is
eventually.
that the Saturday one? That might be the Saturday one. But we have, I know 5v5s. Is that Monday? I'm gonna.
Upcoming's 5v5.
I've got it right here. Just look.
Yeah, upcoming's 5v5.
And then
One after that's
4v4.
4v4. And then the next one, round 8, is 6v6.
Ooh, that shuffle target on the 6v6. Ooh, that could be crazy. But the yeah, this Monday or even Saturday for sure. That's you just need 4 people on the Saturday. And yeah, that one should be pretty even actually I'm pretty hyped for the one at 11 p.m. Eastern because that's at that point we should have enough because we had 4 on that one. We had 4 people
Yeah,
go up that day
that
for
was the
mine.
easiest one to get people for sure. We actually were able to get 2 teams together during the last time we had it around that bracket time.
So if they haven't swapped to the new suit, that's definitely going to be 2 weeks for sure to have a good chance of getting that.
I think once we get to the point where they swap, they'll start the rounds over, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, they'll swap back to. Yeah, they probably won't say 8th or 9th then at that point.
Yeah, it would just go back to round 1.
Yeah, so we're at least getting 8 in this cycle. But yeah, if you can make it to those, especially starting next Saturday, because it's pretty much just playing. You've got a good chance of getting there in the top 100. But
No pressure. All the pressure.
all the pressure.
Still not too bad. Like it's just getting the top spots that's real rough, but as long as you do average and get some wins in, you can generally place top 100.
Yep.
Like, I'd love to know how many clans participate on average in each of those missions. It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah, especially considering that we actually get like performance issues during times too.
Yeah, that's the
Especially
weird
towards the
thing.
end, man.
Yeah, there's definitely some weird performance thing going on. Like every time I've commented, like especially when we go do like custom games and stuff, like halfway through, it's
Or
just
like
like
coming out and it's just like communication errors and all this other stuff.
yeah, it's just like what in the world? Their servers are chugging right now. Those hamsters running again.
Yeah, clan battle takes a toll on it for whatever reason. Because even like the matches themselves kind of take a little bit of time to get everybody out. And sometimes people just disconnect.
Oof.
Yeah, if you don't have everybody finish, because if you lose connection, it'll give you a prompt asking if you want to try to finish the match or finish connecting for the end of the match or just leave. Because I guess if like at least one person doesn't successfully connect to the clan server or whatever, your score for that match just doesn't even go through.
That's rough.
So yeah,
Oof.
I haven't had it happen where we've had to throw away a score or something. Usually somebody on the team connects and is able to put the score up for us. But it
Oh,
could be
okay. Sorry, I misunderstood there because I thought it was like if one person, then you could lose your score, and it's like, whoa, wait, what?
No.
Okay, but at
You just need
least
one
one
person to
person.
connect.
Okay.
Mhm.
I was like, wait a minute, that's a little crazy.
See, those
Yeah,
are
you
some
gotta
pretty catastrophic disconnects, though.
Mhm.
When you're having your whole team just kind of yeet out.
Yeet.
Only if it denies the enemy team points. That's when you have tactical disconnects.
Tactical disconnecting. Oh no! Don't get banned or don't get penaltied.
It's okay,
Seriously
be
though,
smart.
the penalty stuff though, it's still kind of crippling sometimes. Like to see like, luckily I haven't had any like super disconnects. But I got scared here one time. It was like, you've got caution because I like was DCing one night. I was like, you know what? I can't stream, but I'm going to go ahead and try to play. This is a bad idea. I'm not going to try to play. So like, that was when the download was even crashing out. Which, knock on wood,
Things are okay today.
still 0 frames dropped. So, but last night it got pretty bad. I think I was up to 104,000 frames. But yeah, I guess we could go ahead and move into what do we think the new suit next week is going to be?
Still the Marseille.
Yeah, Marseille. Yeah, let's go.
Let's double
Gaza
down on
Sea.
the raids and just give us another one.
Definitely Gaza Sea.
It's between those two at this point. Either
Yeah.
that or the Ashimar.
I mean, I would be kind of interested to see some like other crazy stuff. Like the Quail just kind of, I thought at this point the Quail wasn't going to be
In the game.
in the game at all. Yeah, I was like, okay, well, rip the Quail. Oh well. But now seeing this, it's like, what? Like that was a
I'm glad they
very
bothered, though.
surprising like suit to see. Like that's why I didn't say anything last night. I was like, I could say one thing, but it might spoil what the suit is. Because I was like, Ouchie, go look. I just went straight to his chat and was like, get on now. Forget capturing that monster.
Let it go.
Monster Hunter's trash. Come back.
I'll help you. I'll help you later. I'll get on later and help. Don't worry. Just go look at this. But
yeah, one of us will have to report back as to which show it's actually being pointed to or like property.
yeah, we'll have to definitely update on that next time. Because that would be, if it does say advanced, that is
Pretty big.
pretty big.
It probably won't. I'm sure it'll say Zeta or some bullshit.
I'm
or
guessing it'll
Stardust,
say,
but, like,
yeah, Stardust or Zeta, but even if it says Zeta, there's still a little bit more hope. It says
Yeah.
Stardust, and it's like, I
Nah,
don't
they just
know.
counted that as not a Zeta suit for the month.
Yeah. But even if it says Zeta, then it might be like, what was there? Was there Quells in Zeta?
In new translation.
In new translation?
Did Monster tell
Okay.
you to do that?
Mm-hmm. No, I just finally won a match, and I felt like,
okay.
Wait, what happened?
He just Gustav dabbed.
Oh.
And I was just asking because I was requested to dab earlier, and I said I have dignity and you know,
dignity,
stuff like
he
that.
says.
Ooh, we had
They
to
tried to
double
get
down.
Chad to do it too.
So I just wondering if
Okay,
Chad
that
was
would
like,
kind of be
no.
funny to see Chad.
That's
Yeah.
why we were trying to get him to fucking do it.
Dude, I'm
'Cause he
telling
was
you,
in
like I
VR.
told him, Chad does dab, but waifu Chad doesn't. Like Chad's over there just like cringing it up with the boys,
flailing it up, just
yeah, just like
knocking over lights and shit.
the infinite dab or whatever. But
Dabicopter.
yeah, but the model just doesn't register because waifu chat ain't got time for that.
Also, our clan leveled up. Yay. Okay.
That's one thing
I
I'm
was
going to
supposed to be
be
4
happy to
levels for
see.
Mario.
Like, we're like getting sometimes, especially this set of dailies or clan dailies, whatever. Like,
Mhm.
we normally get to some tokens when this hits, but the other two right now is it's pretty rough. Thought about eventually having like a clan daily day or something kind of
Just
going
like
on.
just like a big old custom thing.
Yeah, just go
to get all
custom
that
and
out of them.
like we'll cheese it if we have to. 10
But it's
completions
just the
per.
fact to get all those in volume.
Well, I mean the weird ones where it's like you have to have 80,000 damage at 400 cost
As a support.
as a or
as
whatever.
a raid.
Yeah. Like that it's just okay, everybody, let's go in raid, just
Could you
have
imagine
fun.
if they had
Mosh
pilot
pit, go.
challenges?
Oh gosh.
Custom lobbies.
Yeah, no, exactly
Yeah.
though. Just custom lobbies straight up. Cheese it. Let's
Or
get
do
those
you
tokens.
mean like
Like
pilot-
jacking suits or like pilot kills?
Yeah.
Stuff
that
like
would be the worst. That would be
the
like,
worst.
Like miserable.
I mean, you can already tell when
Like,
what's
these will
going
just
on.
leave the
God.
game like forget it.
Well, no, like
Dude,
you could already
we-
tell when the
we
support
thought
thing
wind
happens.
was bad.
Well, like the
Yeah.
support, you must have a sys score. Like you can tell when that quest is up because everybody's like, "Go ahead, right there, there he is. He's got no
Go
health.
get him.
Go on. You beat
It's
the
like they
ace.
Could you imagine?
It's
You
like
beat
they
the ace today.
understand.
That would be
Like-
worse than having to win games. Like that would be worse than like double win beat rival day.
Everybody would be planting
just,
bombs
like,
and then
having
bailing
to
out
do
of suits.
anything in a pilot.
Every day's
aspect.
try hard Tuesday when you had to do pilot shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
Colin 3 airstrikes. I bet you'll see people fucking knifing you
Oh my
off
God.
that computer,
Get the
man.
fuck out of here.
So and so was kicked from the game, disconnected.
Fun fact, boys, you can if someone's on the terminal calling an airstrike, you
You
know
can
that
shoot
knife,
them
they'll
or swipe
fall
'em.
right off.
Don't knife them
crumple
too much, you'll get kicked.
Yeah, you gotta balance out your tough contact with your team.
Some guy knifed me, then I knifed him, then he just stood there and was just like dook 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 poof out of existence.
He
And I was like,
disappeared.
I had
lol.
one
got
dude rocket
snapped.
me in the face earlier today
Got
when I was in a fucking assault gun tank,
Nice.
just because shit didn't go the way you wanted.
Oh man. That's a pretty rough one. But
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as back kind of to the new suit stuff, so what else could we get around the Quell, do you think, though? What do you think they could get into? I mean, do you think if there's chances for, say, like the Hazel, how soon?
Barzam.
They could, like they were talking about earlier with that Gundam head one, or the reserve quell. Hazel reserve would be a neat one, and then to
That'd be
ease it
kinda cool.
into, and then we could just get like, I feel like they should just skip the quell unless they make it like a type we don't expect, or actually give it something a little bit more unique. You could just go to the custom, to be honest. Because the regular Hazel would probably be going like toe to toe with the Mark II. Maybe they would just emphasize ranged as opposed to just melee or something. But they'd be pretty much doing the same stuff because it's very bare bones
Yeah.
as a Gundam.
So that'd be kind of interesting though, just to see what they. I wonder if it'll just be like a raid though. I mean, would it just be
The custom.
yeah,
I want it to be. That'd be hilarious. Or they could give
I
us
think
just
it'd
the
be a
full
general.
armor form.
general? Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it'd be a
dude,
general.
the full armor, yes.
And then there's a high mobility form, so it would be a transformable suit, technically.
When Zeta comes out.
Yeah, so we'll get like a preview of Zeta, but like at a lower cost with the Hazel.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I'd be up for that.
Yeah,
I'm
dual
looking up the
shield
full
booster.
armor right now. I'm like, oh yes, please.
Full armor form's fucking gross looking. That shit looks nuts. Imagine if they had another one. Like, we already have a full armor that's a raid for the Thunderbolt. Just do it again for this suit. And just make it not get bodied as bad.
Oh, dude, I want that. Okay, actually, wait, which one is this actually?
But I would say realistically, it's either gonna be
Here we go. Okay.
the Marasai or like the Ashivar or something like that. We'll just have to see.
That looks amazing.
Also, when's the last time that we got a side suit?
The GM Quell.
Okay, I get that you're being Mr. Funny Man right now.
But I'm being serious.
I'll get you, Gadget.
Well, it's nice I got the scars. When you say side suit, do you mean like side story, or are we talking?
No,
like,
no. I
besides
mean,
that
like
custom
shadow
count?
suit, essentially.
Oh, like a new shadow suit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it was the rabbit type.
Man, was it that far back?
Nah,
Ooh.
the Striker Kai came out.
Oh yeah, the
after that.
Kai.
yeah,
the
yeah.
Kai. I think that was it, right?
That's the only one that I remember from more recent stuff. I feel like they haven't been focusing on that so much because we have like clan matches and some of the limited runs that we've had recently, but like it's been a minute. I kind of hope that they bring that back. And
real,
yet at
though.
the same time, like I could have easily seen the Quell be a shadow suit and it wasn't. It just had its own banner. I don't know. Kind of puts things up in the air in that respect.
Can I just mention that Magnum forgot about the raid? Typical support players.
Yep. Gross.
What? What? I don't know
The
what.
last one's a rabbit type.
I don't-
Actually,
I don't-
there's a
Of course.
strong, honorable raid that was released.
At this point, I'm just trotting by in my Alex. Like, I'm just trying to have fun, guys. Don't worry about it.
We're having the
Don't mind
like
me.
raid support like duel over here. Here's like general type.
Hey.
Please, I wouldn't tarnish Gustav's good name by labeling him as a general type player. Okay.
oh, ouch.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man,
Take that, General Reigns.
Yeah. Those bad general players.
This is the reason
Sorry.
we get that minimum one thumbs down on our videos all the time.
Actually, it didn't happen like the past 3 or something.
Now we're doing good then. It probably will now that I said that though.
Yeah.
Oops.
You've broken the third wall. Too much
Yep.
meta commentary.
Oops.
But
yeah, I can't believe. Well played though. I can't believe I forgot the raid. Of
Yeah.
course, man. Oof.
I know.
And of
as a
course, I
support, you're supposed to be
remember the
keeping an eye out
support.
for him.
The living trope. He is becoming
Oof.
the support.
But I was gonna say something. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if there's another one, but if there was, I can't think of what it was, but definitely the Kai for sure.
I really think that was the last one. So it's been a while. I just wonder if it's because they've been releasing the like plus level stuff.
Yeah, I mean they have been more consistent with that too, to be fair. So
Because they still
that
got
might
to
be why.
make sure that all those stats are balanced and stuff too. Like I've noticed one thing, like if they come out with a level 2 or something and it doesn't fit with the next higher cost, then
Mhm.
they'll up like all the previous health or something, or if they were going to buff it anyway, or when the because from what I understand, they all have it in I'm guessing the way they have it set up in the code is probably they have like whatever the suit is, and they just have a set of variables that will change, and they can just easily tweak those to do A, B, or C really quickly.
Mhm.
And
One can only
so,
hope that easy, right?
well, I mean that,
It's not like a really clunky engine or something at this point.
yeah, but
That would hurt.
I mean, like I do know, like for instance, like the Gundam, right? Each of the resistances as everything levels up, or at least this was one of the things. And I actually had somebody point this out to me, which is kind of cool. Just noticing this is it's +6 to all the defenses in
Hmm.
some way. So like you'll get either 2 to all in the case of the Gundam, or like maybe 3 to 2 different ones, or just straight up 6 to one specific one. Probably in that case is going to be like the Zeong or the Hyakushiki. If there's a level 2, they'll probably have like +6 beam resist or something. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So I'm guessing they just have like a let's plug in these stats. So if they have to give it like, well, we feel like it needs this much health. I mean, health seems to be variable across the board, which
Mhm.
is kind of weird sometimes.
Health
But
is something they're pretty liberal with too.
yeah,
So
so but like the defenses and stuff, like you'll notice a change in defenses of one, and then it'll be like, and then it affects all the others, or they'll just completely rebalance the defense on a suit completely, and then they'll be like, we've
yeah,
added a level 2, and it's like, oh, that's why, kind of thing. So
yeah, they either add it to all the others or they just do it for the top end suit in that line. Kind of like how they did with the GIF. It's like everything was for the 4, pretty much.
yeah. But yeah. Anything else? Or we could go ahead and start getting to the shout outs and stuff.
I think we're
I think
good.
we've yeah, I think we've tapped Vane enough for today. We can stop
Let's not
mining the
have it
salt now.
collapse.
Also, I'm starting to get used to this swapping the topic thing at the bottom of the screen.
That's good.
It took me a little bit getting used to that.
No pressure.
I think last time,
that
yeah.
recording's all we use for YouTube.
Yeah, like I think last time I was like, oh yeah, and then this time at one point I was like, oh, I probably should do something else other than like we are tangenting now. But yeah,
I try to keep up on my end too.
It'd be funny if we could actually like link that source between all 3 of our accounts and just have it change to like prompt when we're tangenting. Like moving on.
that's funny. I wonder. You just set up a. I don't know if there's a website for that, but we could just set up a little website that we could just change that, and it changes for all 3 because you just use the media sources, the website.
That's true.
But anyway, yeah.
That's for the future.
Yeah. Anyway, shout outs and stuff. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. So Gustav the 13th, Gustav_X_I is where you can find me on most social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. We are continuing to do more Yakuza 0 on top of our GBO2 dailies. We're also still recruiting for GS3, our clan on here, so that we can have a shot at doing clan matches. And besides that, I do want to try to put up a form of our Discord besides just doing it in mine. I have to figure that out at some point. Just start spamming a link in all you guys' chats. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys around. We'll definitely be on tomorrow, as always. What about you guys?
All right. And just as usual, I'm GamingEmblem. You can find me at website.com. I'm not Magnum this time. Website.com /GamingEmblem.
I was waiting for it.
The big thing the big thing you'll find me on is Twitch. Twitter kind of like falls off every now and then. And there's a YouTube with a couple of videos that occasionally gets an update every now and then. Just come to Twitch. That's where I live. and whatever. Except for me moving, I won't be here for about a week, at least, probably after today. But after that, stop on by. Live video games online on internet gaming stream GamingEmblem, live on internet at night sometimes. Come on by.
But yeah, will you be able to make the clan rank stuff though while you're moving? You think?
Oh, absolutely not. Definitely won't be there for the next one.
But hopefully by the Saturday one though, because that's when you get your biggest chance, I think. But I mean,
No
hopefully you're
pressure.
streaming by then, yeah, because that would be a week, wouldn't it? That'd be
No
just
pressure,
absolute-
all of the pressure.
all the pressure. Yeah, there you go. But as usual though, I'll put everybody's links down in the description below. But I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch. I have a YouTube channel where this will go up on. And I have a Twitter and tweet some things sometimes. Mostly updates of when I'm going live and when I put up new videos. I got a Discord. Come hang out and chat and stuff and things. If you see me in there, feel free to hop in. Other than that, yeah, games and stuff. So I finished Iceborne, so now we're going to be getting into, I guess, the grind part of it. So with that, I'm probably going to go back to some Path of Exile grind first. Might be doing some of that later tonight. And then, of course, GBO2 dailies at the very least. And yeah, that's about it. Got a couple of different games from a sale and some stuff, so might just try to have some fun playing something random. The Crypt of the Techno Dancer, whatever it is.
Necrodancer.
Necrodancer? Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. That one. Got that. So it was on sale on Steam for like $2 or something. So I was like, yeah.
This is for the Lunar New Year sale or whatever.
Oh, that's yeah, okay. So I just saw that and I was just like, sweet. But yeah, that's about it. But anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Let us know in the comments down below what you'd like us to talk about in the future. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later.